be Octa Gaming taking on a Dream Max. This is one match of a possible 5.
Yeah, so it's only the first match here, my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I know, like, low-key somewhat behind. But we're just in time for the first match to start. We kind of skipped all the announcements and stuff. I'm not gonna lie. When I say your boy is exhausted, your boy is exhausted. We had a busy day, busy night. I only slept like an hour.
Coming up from Octa Gaming to kind of help secure that trail out, which means Jump Style's already a little bit behind, and
but we're here. We're here now
as well.
Voice a little
Octa Gaming here already showing their welcome, like playing aggressive, playing forward, trying to surprise here Jump Style in his own jungler, but now he's able to focus on farm. Now he's heading for the purple buff. So both teams now are very quiet. Now they're taking a breath here.
Your boy is here. We're here. So we got Dream Max versus Octa Gaming. Pretty sure Octa Gaming is about to take this. But you know, we're here.
Out there. No worse for wear is Blink and Shakite.
Let's see how it goes.
For a little bit of rotations here. Big question for me is going to be Jump Style. Cleverly, Jump Style is on the Guinevere there, so you can put that into your books there. But I'm kind of wondering, like, where his real target is.
Octa already with the aggression. Looks like they're about to get punished for it.
Now looking for the damage, gonna have to use that clone to
Lucy being a little aggressive, and yep, there we go. First blood going down to Lucy. A little over aggression from Octa, but each side pick up the kill here.
Of Lucy going down, I believe Shakite able to get the kill there. Now trying to get some position. Shakite even comes in and steals the gold minion away from Octa Gaming. 3 members now against 2, and they decide not to go and start this first turtle. That's going to give the side of DreamMax a little bit of an advance here. 4 members, great positioning, down to 10%. Thanatos TZ comes in, looking for the damage he can. A big pop-up comes in. King scoops up the turtle while Thanatos TZ finds a kill, and then a reply in kind as down goes Thanatos TZ. Lucy looking for, I want to say Lucy looking for an escape there, is able to get away.
A lot of back and forth right now.
Octa Gaming and DreamMax, and a
DreamMax with a slight, not really a lead, but
I think that the time for Octa Gaming here were not so interesting for them. Was not so good because Lucy was trying to reach level 4. You know, he was still in level 3 when Octa Gaming trying to contest the turtle. But now they were after the level 4. He joined the fight. But I think that DreamMax already the superior numbers. They guarantee the turtle. So Octa Gaming, oops, that could be the 2v1 here. Lucy has to take care. Oops.
Oh, Suyo to counter the Lafu? Oh man, Shakite might be in trouble. Shakite in trouble. Go down there.
Amazing amount of tankiness coupled with the tortoise.
King showing us something though.
Is more than enough to take down the mid laner of DreamMax.
What is that box here? What is that box here, dude? You saw the damage caused here, but now can 2v1, the 2 players from DreamHack here trying to do something in the jungle. Here comes Thanatos TZ.
Oh no, you're dead. You're gone. Jump Style got completely obliterated by Saban.
Right now, it's just 2 teams standing in the middle of the ring, throwing out haymakers
Thanatos TZ on having a really good game, 4-1-0, all the kills going to him right now.
110%.
This is
another one. Thanatos is on fire today.
Yeah,
that's 5 kills.
Down again. The combination of Saber and Segan. Segan, I want to say the Vexana is probably one of my favorite like comfort picks in the mid when I don't really have to worry about the positioning and stuff like that. People really underestimate what she brought to a lot of metas here. Lucy in trouble, gonna come in with that Raven Fire. And just narrowly gets away from the ultimate on the back. Looking, smells blood in the water. He wasn't even able to make it here soon enough as Lucy immediately able to hit him with that stun and find the kill. 6-3 right now.
Good way to dragon.
Position. Turtle down to 10%.
Do much though.
Is that gonna be enough?
Let's put the turtle into Octa's favor. Blink might be in some trouble here. Taking a lot of damage, but is gonna get away.
Looking for an escape, does get to the safety of his tower at top.
when you work here in a competition with a very late game with the Suyo, with Obsidia here, Private, I don't think this is a good idea to battle, you know, face to face with Octa Gaming. They have to wait the power spike for Obsidia. They have to wait for a jump style here, make the calls, because this chaotic situation, this every time a battle situation is not good for DreamHack. They have to calm down, but Octa Gaming didn't care, and once again in the top side can be the chaos. Oops, in the bottom lane.
King's gonna go ahead and find himself a kill onto Lucy, but that's not going to protect
First
Dream.
turret is also gonna go over to Octa.
That's gonna be the first tower of the game. And, oh, we see a little bit of cutting. So DreamHack tried to make the most.
Like go lead about 1.3K.
Right now.
Nothing too major, but with the way Octa is playing right now, I feel like that gap is about to start growing. Forced to use the flicker.
Yeah, big flicker comes out of there. I have to agree. Obsidia, while I see and I understand the thought behind it of being able to lock on to Harris, you just need too many.
Yeah, you hit him with the Violet Requiem, but he's so fed at this point. Like, is it even worth it?
Oh, he goes back in though. He had himself an escape, and maybe the ego got a little better of him. Decided to go back.
They use a good amount of resource there, but like jump style still goes down.
Another kill on Jumpstart.
Another kill for Octa.
Another kill here on Jumpstart. He is a 0.
About to be another turtle also going to Octa as well.
You know, like the idea is a good. Oops, Chimera could be the next victim. Oh, okay. Saber now heads back. But once again here, Octa Gaming playing forward, playing aggressive here, trying to benefit, especially V2.
At this point, they might as well just open up the map.
Late game here with the Harriet. But once again, the protagonist so far here, it's Lucy, Thanatos with a boxer so far. But next turtle here. Oh!
Yeah, Jumpstyle actually was able to come in, claim themselves a turtle. That's not going to stop the rest of Octa Gaming trying to chase them down. Big pop-ups land
the
on
best bet,
Who's in
at
a little
least.
bit of trouble. Has that split on somebody's head. Lucy able to find the kill. 8 and 4 was the Lord work. Was that the turtle? I think that was the last turtle that just came out. And now you have the rest of Octa Gaming trying to enforce their will through mid lane. Tier 1 tower is down on the back end. Saber gets taken out, but he did his job of pushing the enemy away.
A worthy sacrifice here for Octa Gaming because they already took down the turret number 1 here in the mid lane while they are losing.
They do manage to snag themselves a turtle there though.
Octa Gaming. We're seeing now the build
and the kill.
The Starlium side with 2 Harriet. Even the Heavens, a Feather also.
Might be dead
of
here.
Voices of
he might get out. Yeah, Flicker's used.
Oh, he was forced to use Flick.
Oh, Thanatos might be in some trouble. Caught by himself, but it's a Basha. He just might survive this. Oh, no way he gets out. 5 members. See, that's what happens when you get 6 kills on a Basha this early.
I thought that Blink
just
would
walks
bring
into 5 members
and
is able to walk right back out.
Crew, you know, because he was in a very low HP, but I think that he changed his mind, so he just left Thanatos TZ. He was able to survive, giving once again Octa Gaming time for reset the waves on the side.
They saying
if we see the map here now, Private, Octa Gaming has a very interesting advantage. They only lost the turret number 1 here in the bottom lane, so now DreamHack it is forced to play back. It is forced to play safe once again because Octa here has the domination for the map. The first Lord is going to appear now in the upper side in the river. Both teams know that we will have a fight back here.
It would be crazy to see some crazy, like,
I'm not even sure
if ML were to get big enough.
You
see freaking Optic Gaming, Optic Gaming phase. Seeing those teams in Mobile Legends would be insane, bro.
Having to get our stay all the way to the back. Lucy comes in, bravest fighter for.
I feel like we had an opportunity to get there when Cloud9 was interested. I mean, there's other orgs still interested. Jump styles going. Tried with the Winter Crown, but wasn't enough. Pretty dominating game, but Octa so far. that lead, even though they
squishy
they're
so
starting to pull
far
ahead
here, my
like
friend.
majorly. It's already 4K now.
Octagaming,
Only gonna
one
grow.
more advantage. We're heading now for the 10
Once again,
minutes and
Thanatos
14
is having an amazing
seconds.
game
The
today.
gold lead here is already 4K for Octa.
Holy Crystal just locked in for V2, so V2 is about to start popping off.
Focusing especially on Obsidian's late game. 3 items so far. Sky Pierce has claws, voice of the wind, but it's not even enough for Obsidian to cause the damage that DreamHack needed, Private.
Yeah, I see Thanatos TZ do a good job trying to zone out the rest
might
of
be in trouble.
I'm in force laid down.
Oh, good way to Dragon. Completely Joe. Jump Style is not having a good game today. 0-5 on Jump Style right now. That's insane. Lord is marching down on top side. Holy Shield is up, so they might not get that inhibitor, but they are going to take all these tier 2s down. Top and bottom was pushing, so we might get one of them here. Diamond Force is out. A lot of damage being put on. Oh, J-Kite is not gonna escape. They are gonna get this turret. Do they back off here? I believe they're gonna back off here. They might get punished. They might have overstayed their welcome just a bit. Way to Dragon finds Blink. Oh, the split. That was the chance. That was the chance to nuke them. But yeah, they aren't gonna get out alive. They're still gonna play with their life.
What chaos here and on stop.
Thanatos just eating the damage and gets out again.
Those bone bullets onto Thanatos TZ got caught, got stunned, but still able to walk away. What is able?
Diamond Force out. Bravest Fighters also out. Never land though. Look at the shield on that. On V2 though. The shield
coming out from Lucy on that Lapu, able to alt in and clear them back.
Did you see Vito's damage with the turret? Only with the first, like the ultimate, the dash here, so much damage to 2 players for DreamHack, but now Octagaming are chasing the enemies.
Yeah, I mean, the Hereth already, you already got Holy Crystal, you already got Glaive, so you've got the penetration and the
Jump Style lands onto 2. Diamond Force is out.
We do have a Winter Crown.
But they're not, they managed to capitalize and get Sagan at least. Saber also goes down, still 5 members up for DreamHack. They're very low. Thanatos is gonna find a double kill.
The rest of DreamHack have to turn around by himself.
Wasn't even worth it.
To turn around.
Was it even worth it?
Game from DreamHack, and you see the rest of them getting zoned out.
Mage for Rome, for Marksman, and yeah, and Rome.
We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with the 2 kills for Chimera, but Thanatos with a double kill for Baxia. Once again, bringing Octa to the game, bringing Octa here, but now the Lord is in with a half HP. Will we have another fight back? What is Jump Style?
Jump Style's positioning right now.
He wants to jump on a Thanatos to stop this Lord.
But it's stunned out of the combo there. Yeah, that's man. Jump Style. Jump Style is getting jumped is what's happening.
The dragon does not find it.
Jump Style trying to surprise, trying to steal the lore,
jungle.
But the people from Octagaming, they were so aware about that situation, so they deleted. Jump Style was simply vanished in the land of Dawn here, trying to steal the lore. So once again here, 14 minutes of the first game, Octagaming heading now in the top side, trying to take down the turret. Oh, that could be a 5v5. Let's go, Prime. Oh!
Yeah, Diamond Force laid down. Segan's right there to find the damage onto J-Kite.
Way to Dragon does not land. Saber gonna be chunked down quite a bit, but J-Kite is gonna be completely nuked. They're getting his 3rd inhibitor. Jump Style takes a chance, but is going to miss. It's gonna go down yet again at 0-7. It is a horrible game for Jump Style. Blink forced to back off. They were just barely surviving, only one member down as they push in on this base. Crystal, another member falls down and is looking. I don't even know if it was a wipeout that ended so quickly.
Here goes for Octa Gaming with a very
Also, my
early
freaking perception is like really low.
Early game here goes and has the victory for
What's
Octa
up, Wolf?
Gaming,
Welcome,
and
brother.
this is only the first game, Zena.
Yes, what powerful domination there. We had DreamHack keeping, you know, it even in the beginning of the game. They even claimed that first turtle, but right after that second turtle came around, Octa took it, and I can't even say it, Thanato Tizzy.
Bro, sounds
he claimed like 5 kills already at that time, and
I don't know. I hope it goes away before I start casting.
Octa took it all. They dominated.
It should go away before I
start
casting. But if it don't, then bro is just gonna have this deep ass voice casting, man. It's just gonna be what it is.
Honestly, I feel like they probably could have slotted anything into that roam position and it would have been just as successful, especially backed up by Segan, who here, you see there 12 assists there. He was basically almost there for almost all of the kills. A great game there.
Schmierga.
Back up Thanatos, who was going to be right there in the front line, putting on the damage.
Yeah, no, checking out the stats here, only almost 15 minutes of the first game here, 21 kills for 11 for a DreamHack. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking every shows a play. I was thinking about that. Okay, so maybe Octa Gaming here, they were trying to tell us why Kalia, when we have a show here, only like always playing aggressive. You know, Thanatos TZ here with.
I was just having such a productive night. I just got the ball rolling. I just couldn't stop the ball, bruh. I was in a flow state.
For even the first minute,
in the flow state, I was getting so much shit done.
To respond this aggressive like, all the time, you know. I think
we're
that
in flow state.
This chaotic play style
I'm gonna just ride this, get a few things done.
Matchup for a DreamHack trying to
got a number of things done,
for example, maybe King had some kind of advantage on the early game with the Suyo in the Axton lane, but we know that in the mid and the late game, Lapu was about to be a very
like
hard
5 a.m.
So
I even got up. Was still awake,
so I
but
think that King here was like neutralized.
Like physically got up.
Bzidia didn't have the
went
time
to the damn gym.
Grow didn't have the time.
Got like
to,
a 3-hour, 4-hour workout in.
Even though
feeling good.
Had 4 items, you know, so. I think that maybe
was doing a bit of job searching before I even left because I was just sitting around. Not really sitting around. Not this aggressive one, not trying to peek off, not having these ways of to isolate one or another player. It was very good for Octa Gaming. Yeah, I ended up doing that. A little bit of job searching. Then when I got home, made myself some breakfast, made myself a shake, devoured all of that, got in the shower, a nice shower, got back on my desk, put in a few applications, found like these 3 jobs that's looking good that might actually like kinda, it was a wipeout, bro. Vito fucking hit them with that flash.
As we take a look at this MVP.
Yes, now this was a performance you can't ignore. Calculated,
but no, for sure, MVP Thanatos TZ was amazing from like the very start of the match. Like at no point did this man yield
51.8k total damage,
straight gas, no breaks
per minute. He was doing.
It only went down one time, 8-1-11.
Very nice here. So the MVP goes to Thanatos TZ.
I know the stats is gonna look crazy. If we could see them, I know they would look crazy.
Twice, like 2 times that Boxer here he helped, and he saved the situation for Octa Gaming. One was in the bottom lane, where we got the first double kill, and now in this time here, so we also saw Thanatos like getting 2 kills here, like saving Octa Gaming situation, making him unstoppable, and guarantee the first victory for Octa Gaming. So in the future, I will show a very good anime for Xena called Saint Seiya. That he has a very good character there, Thanatos.
Oh well, they had those skins, right? The Sensei skins here in mobile. But yeah, Boxia, we now know why he should be a priority pick, and he showed it.
Whew,
A priority
all right,
pick,
I'm gonna use this time to go
because
freaking get ready.
he was going off and killing everyone.
I didn't even jump out of my sleep. I groaned and crawled out of my. I was literally listening to it on my bed as I was crawling because I was like, I was just making sure, trying to get those few extra winks in.
Barrage you saw at the beginning of
those
the game.
few extra winks in before I got down.
From them, he would
before match started.
Around and things looked a little bit hairy. The rest of the team was right there to make sure to get that separation.
I'm paying the price though.
To get back safely.
Honestly, I almost wanted to cancel stream today. Well, not today. I was gonna cancel the watch party today and just freaking did University Legends later on.
So, like I said, and what I was getting at with my first little rant there was that it felt like DreamHack, they were able to hang in there for a little bit to kind of keep up this pace, keep up really, really fast. And after a while,
gonna go find them out.
And that's what you want when you're dealing with teams like this, is to put them in something. Yeah, they'll keep up for a little bit, but little by little, they start losing track of those little basics, covering the back end, not turning around into bad fights that we're gonna have, protecting some of our squishiers.
I mean, I did everything else. You want them to get one more thing I really need to do, which is like straighten this shit up and look for
instead of like sticking to their game
not really for the sake of finding the phone, but
really did a great job of enforcing their game style onto DreamHack, especially with the composition from DreamHack that I feel like needed to wait for a couple of items to really start getting online, especially with that gold lane pick.
Not even messy.
Yeah, especially with Obsidia here, who needed like there are some memes about Obsidia that Obsidia is going to be strong after 2 games, after 3 games. Wait for it. Wait for it. You know, we also have these memes, but jokes aside, Obsidia has a very strong late game. But for this happen, for this composition work, she needs protection. She needs a time to farm. And we already seen the first turret for Octa Gaming was in the top side, was in a gold lane.
All right,
Obsidian could not be able to stay for a long to farm, you know, to game these items, to buy more time.
Depending on how games go.
And you combine with Thanatos bringing
34-48, we're only into game
a very
2.
high mobility, a very good
best
control
of 5,
of
best of 3, best of 5.
I think that when DreamHack saw Boxia, I think that jump side trying to
games go too long, obviously we're gonna have to cut it short.
Jumps,
you know,
trying
I dropped the link for y'all
counter
if you
in
want to
some
finish
way,
watching it
somehow this Boxia's choice. But once
otherwise,
again,
I'm gonna be
has the potential.
doing
DreamHack has the
University
tools
Legends
to fight as even with
tonight,
Octa Gaming,
so
but they cannot go into Octa's performance, Octa's playstyle. You know, because if
just
the
heads up,
like if they
can't
face
watch it all.
front to front, maybe it's not a good idea for a DreamHack.
Yeah, Octa was putting on a whole lot of
hopefully
pressure
that's not the case, but it probably will.
They weren't able to recover from it, and they didn't know how to answer back. But right here, we've gone ahead and banning of course, the Freya, and here the Uranus.
Latest I leave.
I'm thinking maybe they're trying to pick up a Zushin, because I know that Uranus is like picking up a boulder. So trying to deal with him is hard if you were planning on picking that Zushin, right? If that is going to be open right now. And they also got rid of that Phobius as well.
Not just that, but you're picking up a boulder.
Octa Gaming wins this one. With the dominated performance like that.
Immediately purify out of your team and put stacks onto
Octa Gaming is also probably like the second strongest.
I see the Phobius pick up here, which is very interesting too, because I want to say
Entity 7 is definitely strongest.
I feel like the Phobius
welcome in, good news.
Up that Valentina pickup. They already used
Entity 7 is definitely strongest, but Octa is probably arguably
I was really happy with
second
Octa
strongest,
Gaming's first
if
draft
not Alpha 7.
picking up the Harith and then just banning out every single marksman that they could think of, to where there weren't any real great pickups left. Obsidia was I was kind of like, even with Obsidia with weapons, or with items, I feel like you still had to deal with the burst damage that was going to be coming out of Octa. If you use the ultimate, what does Obsidia do? She just latches onto a target, stays pretty close to them. And what are you going to be able to do with that if the entire entire enemy team is just blowing you up. So I feel like it was a great draft there, a great read by Octa Gaming. Here, a priority Harith pickup by DreamHack.
Yeah, the first pick here for a DreamHack. Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe there could be the possibility here for
up all night on Rivals.
So I Harith and ZTN's composition in the mid lane here, like just to nerf the magic resistance for Octa Gaming, for example, and they can bring a jungler with physical damage. That could be a possibility here because we don't have a Zoomshin, but okay, we still have
in the Harith first
if
pick.
Octa Gaming not choosing here in the first at the first time. So maybe that could be a possibility for DreamHack to think about this draft. But what is open is a Sora, which was banned in the first game here, but now is in Octa's hands.
It's not guaranteed because not everybody seems to want
that they
to
forgot to ban out Sora by leaving him open. Or, you know, they decided they wanted to get
the Sora.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to. So maybe that was the case here, or they thought Uranus and Phobius was more of an issue since they were picking up this Harith, right? Since all that blinking he does. So
we love Octa's confidence, though. They didn't ban it out.
Very strong gold laner. Right
oh wait, no,
now.
they already used Valentina.
Octa, they wanted to make sure.
Oh, they're cooked. Oh yeah, they're
and
cooked.
Probably see what we'll see what they can do with it, right?
Never mind.
I'm thinking on the side of Octa. I'm wondering if we prioritize.
I hate to tell you this, but
pickup
you're
here,
cool.
Just to have something that that you don't have to aim, that you can just use that speedy light wheel and hopefully be able to burst down the Harith while he's trying to dash circles around you.
Bro got a time bomb on him.
Very early game pickup there for the side of DreamHack, especially with a Hylos pickup out there. Hilda, I want to say one of her biggest.
Like how you have
to be that early game
the other two,
harasser, getting into
really normal clothing
and things like that. But she has issues when it comes to things like slow, like CC, or enemy roams and junglers that are not afraid of the damage that she can bring. So tankier jungles, tankier roams that can slow them. Here you've got a Hylos that can probably do a decent job of being able to slow and hold Hilda down.
Yeah, the aggression here could be the key to victory for DreamHack in this second game here. Bringing Hilda with this a very map domination, aggressive style for this composition. And I have to be honest, I'm really concerned so far about like, this Octa Gaming composition so far, because we got 3 close range heroes. We got Suyo, we got Hylos, and we got Sora. Okay, maybe in the gold lane here we can have a carry.
Yeah,
Claude,
I don't know.
There's a very high possibility actually, because they both teams did not ban the carry, did not ban Claude, for example. You know, so we have to wait. What is Octa Gaming are about to bring in the mid lane here? Maybe it can be not Ivy.
All they need to do is ban out your jungles at this point.
But can be Farsa,
ban out your jungles and counter your hair.
Not really switching anymore. So I think that Octa Gaming now is going to work about like this range situation, because if you so far 3 melee heroes for Octa
they ban out Granger.
Yeah, it looks like Valentina is still
open
for them.
They don't want to ban the Marksman. They don't want to or Vito have a good game.
Right, and they're not able to choose it on the side here of DreamHack. So they really
I guess you don't want to go Claude here. Claude gets bullied.
Maybe in the mid private.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lilia. I was honestly gonna go for Zeshion, but they went ahead and banned it out. They banned out any of those setting type of mages that would help out to lay down the glorious pathway. Because what you're looking for on Octa side is an engage. You're looking to Hylos to lay down the glorious pathway, and these melee close range heroes to close that distance as quickly, as fast,
the popular
as efficiently
name
as possible.
What's up,
Especially for a composition on the side of DreamHack.
They do go Claude here. I mean, I guess this appears the late game. It's got to play for him to have a good early game. No, got to shut down Vito. I mean, I keep saying Vito. King. Shut down.
And I'm trying to think, when it comes to the mid lane, I mean, Lilia, she isn't exactly like an engage type as far as like being able
What's
to
popping? Not much,
close
brother.
the distance.
Back again, catching these matches. I'm exhausted though. That's the only thing that's about new. Just me being exhausted.
We try to bait out some of these fights.
That's about all.
Force DreamHack to try to come to us, to try to close the distance on us, and we can turn it around on them. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Especially, I feel like this first turtle is going to be a little bit easier for Octagame. Oh, as I say that,
we go for a Terizla.
Two of the tankiest, thickest boys on the side of DreamHax.
Interesting.
So now Terizla and Leomord here. It's a very hard engage here for DreamHax composition so far with Terizla and Leomord calling the
that was a valid and a Leomord.
Even with the Hilda here causing depression in the jungler, you know. So now let's see what Octa are about to bring in the mid lane.
Alright, so what do we go for as mage?
Choice, but I don't think that
they took out the Eve, took out the Zetzian.
With this danger coming from
Jushin is
especially
banned.
in the close range from
Valier.
But once again, we're seeing Valier in Sega's hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
this is actually. Go ahead.
I mean.
Well, I was thinking Lilia wasn't a good choice.
Was a
here.
mini picks on the table.
Kimmy and Harith both are very mobile, can get away and stuff. Lily is hard to catch.
We'll see how this Valier do.
Right? So she has a harder time here. So that pickup of Valier is really good.
It definitely makes it difficult for both Hilda, not even both, pretty much all their front lines. They don't have no like reinitiation.
Slow them down. I see how it can meld, especially with Saber on this high-low. If you lay down a lot of those pools, get a lot of stuns, get a lot of slow, you'll be able to kind of close the distance on there too. For me,
I guess you still get that slowdown effect that you would get with the Eve.
Sink in on a target, be able to blast them down, and will the rest of DreamHax be able to
Glorious
kind of
pathway
that,
plus Valier slowdown,
be able to kind of zero
completely
in
slow
onto
motion
them.
a lot of people.
It's going to be a very tough game, I feel like, for either of these teams when it comes to trying to accomplishing their strategies.
Yeah, and I believe that was DreamHax's idea when they banned Zetian, because one of her buffs is like to push away, you know, the enemies with her buff. But now they have Valier with the second ability, which has the potential to disengage
one Purify at least.
But now let's see what is going to happen, my friend, because here, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the Lane of Dawn. DreamHax versus Octa Gaming. It's the best of 5
probably on
for the playoff spot. Let's go, Private.
Yeah, you brought up a great point when it comes to trying to push people away, but that's why I'm kind of really looking for DreamHax. How are they going to play? Will they be able to layer their skills properly? Because if you layer it properly, you have to push away King when he comes in for the penalty zone. If layered properly, right after that, you'll have Jump Style coming in with the Phantom Steed as well. And suddenly, Sagan doesn't have a
as you expected, Vidu's getting kind of bullied out of his lane. Nothing new there.
Down easily. But, like I said, it comes down to how
natural
well
for the
organizers when they are able to get some of those stuns
out
there
versus
as well.
Now see here the first minute, losing, trying receiving, taking the pressure here for a Hilda and a King with
I might be wrong. Damn.
But now we're seeing both teams are trying to reach level 4, but Thanatos is thinking about something.
Vidu said, "Hold my beer real quick."
2v1.
Oh, no way. No way they go.
Looking for that evil
no way they
to
go.
land. Who comes in with a little bit of
no.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I think he really wanted it. He could have been a little bit more patient. I feel like they might have been able to get something from there, but you do get a little bit of that defense underneath the tower there, so maybe not wanting to risk it.
Yeah, but Thanatos is still
I'm money on
in level 3.
I don't know these players,
I think that
just
he
go by draft.
lost
That's
time trying to
valid.
dive the Harriet, while DreamHax here guaranteed the first turtle. I don't think that.
We're talking about like skill.
That was an idea,
Octa does have it.
The execution was not.
We're talking about like just draft.
Yeah, and maybe a 1v2 on the bottom lane. It just doesn't guarantee you anything. Speaking of which, we do have a little bit of engagement coming in here. Flicker has to come out, and
gonna pick up a kill there.
Even with the help of the Phantom Steed coming out from DreamHax. Jump Style tried to help. Blink was right there as well.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned because usually when you see Shakai on this Kimmy, she's very dominating on it. but like
that was so bad for DreamHack here because not only for a Cheikite being taken down, she was forced to use the flick, but still she was taken out.
Pick up another kill here. Force the flicker. Yep, they're gonna find another. Glorious Pathway comes out. Saber is forced back off. Is gonna survive to revitalize. Thanos TZ is gonna find yet another kill. That's 3 kills. One to him. He's been having an amazing day since last game, and now this game once again. All these early game kills onto him. You thought it was bad before. It was on a Basha. It's on a Suyo now. He's gonna be hunting from this point forward.
Now for DreamHack with Leomord and Terizla, but so far
already a 1.2-ish lead for Octa Gaming.
The best breachers in DreamHack's composition, but now once again
this happened last time too. They got that first turtle. But
really interesting here too, because you're talking about some of the
almost wasted time from Thanatos turn it around anyway.
Watching this bottom lane, and he was down there again, hoping he could find something, but he even though he's wasting all of this time down there, maybe he's not farming as fast as some of the other Suyos we see, but he's sitting at 3-0 right now. So when it comes to these fights, he's able to hone in on the target he needs to, able to get those kills to keep him in these games, keep that farm up. We do have the second Lord being started here right now. Wanders over and reset by both of these teams. Now looking and jockeying for position. Does look like it's a 5-on-1 though, favoring DreamHack. Ooh, taking a bit of damage, coming in with a blazing dude.
Not sure what Blink was going
by an evil queller from Thanatos.
They are gonna fall. Thanatos is just gonna go straight in, but he might have been a little too greedy. Gets choked up right there and is going to go down. Gonna be a bit of gold going over to DreamHack.
Thanatos TZ, the god of the death here, Private Dancer so far for Octa Gaming with the 6 kills. Yeah, it's 100% of Train's participation. But now here comes the 2v1 here in the bottom lane. Chimera.
Forced to use.
He's able to survive. But once again, a Private Octa Gaming with the aggressive playstyle. But
I could not
one
think of
thing
the name
that
for a second.
I didn't get it because as you well said, when you get Hilda, you gotta have this domination, right? You gotta have this pressure, especially in the enemy's jungler. But we didn't see here for a DreamHack. We didn't see a DreamHack playing aggressive. You know, they were surprised all the time for Octa's engage. You know, guarantee the kills for Thanatos. So I think that maybe DreamHack, I don't know, maybe there is still there just a little bit with the miscommunication or something, because so far with that composition coming for DreamHack, that we respected some aggression, but Octa Gaming, once again, the glorious path to engage, not disengage. So it's gonna be very it's becoming a complicated situation for a DreamHack so far.
Yeah, the problem is that at the mid lane, you basically got a huge counter for the Hilda, and that's a Valir, who's gonna slow, who's gonna stun you. Every single time you try to close the distance, he can try to push you away. Who's the next target that you want to go for? Do you want to try to help out King against a Sora? I mean, you're not going to be able to burst down the Sora like that. And then I feel like your only real target was probably V2 at the bottom lane.
Looking for a pick
I just didn't see that pressure
right now, but
you're not getting the value that you would like to get out of a Hilda pickup here. Now we got the 7-force laid down, and now Lucy coming in from the back end.
Sir, you should have just stayed in the turret. You've been fine.
Able to find themselves a kill.
Oh, a little too gun-ho right there.
A little bit of an ambush here comes out with the glorious pathway. Thanatos TZ comes in there with the Soul Sever, chunking down Cheikite. Saber.
Thanatos gonna find yet another kill, and it's gonna re-engage onto this most likely. But again, looking like a little too aggressive. No way they go for another kill. No, forced to use the flicker. King is gonna make it out of there.
3-7 right now in favor of Octa Gaming.
That was a chaotic team battle here, but now Octa Gaming takes the time and takes the chance to guarantee one more turtle. 2 turtles for Octa Gaming versus only 1 for DreamHack. Okay, Lucy trying to defend the turret, and he was taken down. But now once again in the top side is going to be another chaotic situation.
Yeah,
they are gonna find
Lucy
Lucy
and
now.
knocked down the Sora. Lucy gets taken down as Chaikai joins the fight down there as well. 4-9 right now. I feel like maybe a little bit more even as we move into the mid game than it was through the first, but DreamHack still have a lot of puncture holes that are starting to leak in right now. Chimera, I feel like a lot of their hopes really leaning on Chimera and hopefully Chaikai being able to kite.
Yeah,
both side
good.
lanes down.
But now we're seeing Octa taking down one more turret. This time wasn't the top side, only the first turret in the lane here. It is still standing for DreamHack's favor. But even though we're seeing the gold lead here heading for a 3K for Octa Gaming, another situation that we can talk about is V2 with
no chance of contesting as Jumpstyle is just 2 levels behind. I don't know. Thanatos is just out.
Even for DreamHack, because they already have a Chimera with the Heritage, is another strong late game, you know. But for me, for Claude, it's even way better because they have more
Jumpstyle is
ways
just not
to
having
escape.
good
They have more. He has more mobility, you know, with the Daxter hologram. So I think that maybe DreamHack has to find a way to try to burst a Claude here in the possible future team fights. But the question is, how are they going to do that? Because to get to this Claude, they have to pass through Sora, Hylos, you know, even Sagan. So it's not going to be that easy.
If there was ever a day that I drink coffee, the day would be that day.
200 more gold he needs before he can get that Trinity build. There he goes. He went ahead already got the corrosive sight. So as soon as he comes in with this blazing duet, it's going to be like a whole
easy lord going over
that has been eating his vitamins and
saying
his prayers at night, because he's going to be able to dish out a huge amount of damage. You see on the front line here, Octa Gaming doing their best to try to tank it in. Big stun comes out onto Blink, but Thanatos TZ decides against continuing on with the engagement. Now they just need to bide their time. Lord is on their side, and they can continue trying to macro up through the jungle.
Yeah, the macro here now, DreamHack is trying to compensate somehow in the top side here. But the question is, the situation, is the Lord is heading on the bottom line here. So now 3-4 games. Okay. Both teams now are trying to do something in the mid lane, because it is only the only side that is still have a turret #1 is still for both teams.
Looking a little dangerous for her right
marching
there.
in the bottom lane here.
Dude,
we are having
ever so slightly over, should have been murdered.
Game. The goal lead here, not only far from 3K for Octa Gaming, but more than just the goal lead is the map
First
domination.
Lord,
is
we
the
are
advantage
going
for
to get
the
this
Lord.
bottom side.
Octa Gaming is playing forward. The horizon is not the limit.
Holy shield is up though. Probably no charge here. Yeah, what's gonna go down? No inhibitors.
Answers, and as soon as DreamHack leave, Lucy's right there
again.
Take
down all the outer
getting a huge value out of this Lord at bottom lane. You have lanes pushing up at top. Meanwhile, the bulk of
moving into a 5K gold lead. I believe this is where Octa starts strangling them slowly.
Take advantage of this Lord. That DreamHack have the answer. You're split pushing as well, while the bulk of your forces are pushing through mid. Now down to only high grounds, bottom and top minions and lanes about to push. Evil Queller for Thanatos TZ, looking for a target, does not find it. Now, big defense underneath the tower, changing down to almost about a quarter of health down. Octa Gaming,
they want to force something, but they can't. They're just gonna wait for the next Lord. It's the best move. Just be disciplined. Wait for the next Lord.
Rizal here. Okay, once again, the items, we have the Heavens Feather and the Starling side with 2 Herod. The Trinity Core for Claude, now heading for the 4th item here.
But they are gonna force
Octa Gaming in the bottom lane.
Yeah, a great pathway put out there. Oh, a big penalty zone lands on
they get punished here? Do they get punished here? Yes, they do. This is why we do not force things. This is exactly why we don't force things. They done got punished now. They're just waiting for the next Lord.
And then from the side, jump style, a great job to come in and clean up the pieces. And none of this would have been possible.
Immediate Blink is going to get that vision to secure as much of that ground as possible, so that they can take this Lord.
And the rule says, do not underestimate DreamHack.
They're gonna attempt to rush it. Only problem is Thanatos is level 15, so he's gonna have the better retry here. It's just about, it's a matter of whether he stays alive. They're gonna chunk him down a good amount. Glorious Pathway comes out, but they are not gonna get away. DreamHack's in trouble and are on the run. Thanatos in their back line, just eating them up, and they are on the run still. Lord is out, so they're gonna escape for now, but that Lord is going to fall immediately.
What Lord?
They don't even get the benefit.
There was a Lord here, it's not anymore. You know, I think that, okay, maybe Octa is trying to, okay, they push the limit, they push the top side here.
I believe they can. They only have 3 members to defend.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and use that.
They better back up.
More as a zoning tool now against 3 members. Down goes.
Yeah, this might be a GG.
Trying to dash his way to safety. Still trying to come in, trying to find himself an angle. Checkite.
Not quite yet. DreamHack still hanging on by a thread right now.
To go up against 3 members, keeping that distance, knowing that she still has that ability to create distance and kite them back, and still
they're trying to find plays.
Yeah,
they're trying to force these fights
is on fire.
To get whatever bit of gold they can to catch
with
up.
The 5 kills in the Kimi.
Octa's not letting it happen no more. They've learned from their first
now
mistake,
once again,
hopefully.
they have a super minions in the top side here for Octa Gaming. Octa Gaming managing the situation. One more item for Claude. Malefic gun to increase the range, especially for the blazing duet here, and working with the Dex's hologram. Octa Gaming causing pressure, denying farm for DreamHack. They're playing together, they're holding together, but they cannot farm so far for Octa Gaming. I think that one more Lord is going to be the end of the second game.
I mean, I want to say I usually...
Vito locked in last item.
I'm a big critique
the rose gold.
Of early sky piercers on heroes, especially when your team is losing. But Checkite does such a great job on this Kimi, even on their back foot. It's 6-12 right now. Checkite is 5-1-1, really making use of that sky piercer, and I feel like is going to be one of those. If they can turn it around, it's really going to be bent on Checkite.
At this point, they're just playing patient. They're not trying to give them anything. Just taking their jungle, forcing them to stay in base. Even lane's frozen as much as they can.
It's basically resting on, can Checkite find some of these targets?
Starting to clear it just so that they can get this Lord.
That distance, and right now it's a lot of boxes you need to check to be successful against Octa Gaming, who can, I want to say, a lot can go wrong for them right now. He's sitting at Seagans, had a perfect game so far. He's got 9 assists as well. Saber's 0-2-10 right now. He's been involved in most of the fights, and you already have V2 coming online. Thanatos TZ 8-1-0 right now.
Playing the map
so
correctly, playing the lane
they have a lot more
in such a good way.
They can actually step back.
DreamHack is gonna attempt
looking for an angle to possibly come in.
A 4.4k deficit.
Lord has been reset.
Blink
Takes a 25%
not looking good for
damage from V2 right there. V2's doing a good job. He's going to continue to go around this Lord to keep up those stacks of Claude, because he wants to come in with the blazing duet with all 5 stacks. You see them go ahead and reset it. V2's just going to continue shooting it, keeping those stacks on. Unfortunately, DreamHack's not in a great position to try and contest just yet. V2 again on there as we dance around. Saber inside. Blink goes in. Going to get caught underneath this bush. And you see from the back end, V2 comes in. He's going to use that BMI to get himself back towards the Lord, to kite himself back. And right now we're just dancing. Octa Gaming they don't need to take the Lord. They want this fight first. They can afford
like
to
how
be
they were
as safe
patient with
as
his Lord.
possible. Now Blink goes into
Just
a
letting
push
the
there with
waves
Lucy
play in their
lying
favor. Look
in
at bottom
right.
lane.
King
They know someone's
looking
gonna have to go
for this
defend that real
flicker
soon.
penalty zone if he can find it. Unfortunately, you're talking about some heroes that either have a way to separate themselves
They
from
just
you,
need to chip
like
away
the
at
Valier,
them.
or you have V2 who can BMI his way away
Yeah,
from
somebody
you
has to go
as
bottom
well.
now.
So you're very
Or
limited
they're
on
gonna
the
lose an
targets
inhib.
you can really do with this penalty zone. I want to say if I'm DreamMax, I'm trying to split push. I'm
Watch how
trying to
this
create
goes. As
some
soon
type
as they
of
see that
pressure with
Kimmy, they're
these
gonna step on the
lanes,
gas.
hopefully
Please,
to
Kimmy
be
steps on
able
the
to get
gas.
to
That
those
Lord
side
is
lanes
gone.
now. 10%. Lord looking like he's going to be able to go
And
over
they're gonna
to Octa
push
Gaming.
them.
Glorious
Yup.
pathway has been launched down.
He's gonna
Jumpstyle's
get
gonna have
back
to
though,
create some
but
distance.
isn't
Blink
in
being chased
time.
down by the
You know
Saber
they're all
and
there,
Thanatos
so they're
TZ
probably gonna.
on the back end.
Oh wait, Sora could
Big
find
penalty
something here.
zone lands on
Ah,
the three
it already came
members,
out.
but the blazing duet on the backside. V2
Saber's gonna go
Damage
down.
King
Thanatos
finds a kill.
TZ's
Two
gonna
down
go
for
down.
Octa Gaming. Thanatos TZ
I
and
think y'all
Saber
should
both
disengage at
go
this
down.
point.
King
Vidu's
doing a
still
great
putting in
job with them,
damage, but is
Blink,
unable to get Blink down
still
as Blink
has
gets the
his
passive
immortality as
from
well.
gets the shield from their
Yeah,
passive.
Blink here was not able to die this time, and I was about to say
There's
about
gonna
like
be
a great
two members
job
down
from Micro Game
for
from
DreamHack.
Octa Gaming because the
Octa.
minion waves in the bottom lane were
Favor
so
DreamHack.
huge.
That Lord
They
is
forced
marching down, but
J-Kai
they're
to
still
head
gonna
back
hold on.
and to clean
But
the
those
minion
deaths
wave.
gonna put
That was the opportunity for Octa Gaming
DreamHack's back
guarantee
in this
the
game.
Lord, but the situation gone. Oops, once again.
Big penalty zone.
Big penalty zone last
Blazing
two
Duet
members,
comes out, but
and
is
unfortunately
far
that's
away
V2 with an
from
ultimate down.
fight.
Lucy goes down.
Sure
Segan's gonna look for an escape.
We're going for
V2
there.
came in. He
but
had the blazing duet, but when the penalty zone landed
I don't
on
know.
him, he had to BMI away. So he
Octa
basically
making some
wasted
mistakes
his
here and
entire
there.
ultimate
Looking a
because
little
he
rough.
had to disengage from that great penalty zone. King, I want to say I didn't say too much about him in the early game, but he's being a core reason that DreamHack have been able to turn around a lot of these fights with some great penalty zones onto like 3 members every single time they come in for an engagement. Look at how tanky Saber is there. There's 3 people there pecking at him, tickling, doing what they can to try to bring
Don't
him
know
down, and he's
why they're
just
trying to take
walking
this fight when
it
they know they
off.
got a man down.
Oh, Blazing Duet once again.
A lot of damage put onto Chimera.
But the
Zombie
Chimera
Force
able to
comes
get away
out.
with
Blazing
that
Duet
Zombie
also
Force. You can
comes
see on the
out.
side where King gonna go ahead put on some
Leomore.
distance there.
Phantom
Jumpstyle
Steed
comes
out.
has
Saber
the
in
horse,
trouble
has
is
the
gonna
Phantom
go
Steed.
down.
J-Kite able to find a kill onto Saber. Now
Big
on the
shifting
back end.
glove.
Are they gonna be able to blast
Gonna
down
land.
Lucy? Thanatos TZ finds
Zombie
a kill
Force is back
onto
out.
King. J-Kite continuing to lock onto Lucy, looking for the damage, but now has to find an escape. Thanatos TZ comes in from the flank. J-Kite might be trapped. Has that flicker out.
Damage.
And a little,
Thanos TZ's gonna get the kill though. He's gonna get the kill. Guys, I'm stumbling on my words right now. I'm like, so I think after this series, 'cause I believe it's like the
Yeah,
main
only 2
series,
players left here for
one.
DreamHack. Maybe. I didn't think that Octa Gaming here is
I think I'm gonna just go to sleep.
forcing the end of the game. They're waiting for the next minion waves here in the mid
So I
lane.
can have
Could
this,
be
have
the end,
some
my friend Private.
energy for
Blazing Duet onto the back line. J-Kite in trouble. Immortality.
Yeah,
has been
that's
brought,
looking
but
like
there are
game number
3
2 right there.
members there to clean up. Tower is able to take down Lucy, but is there going to be King coming in? Not sure if King has it in him to be able to stop this entire push-up from coming.
Not
Jumpstyle
quite.
comes out, has the Phantom Steed as well. Octa Gaming actually thinking wise about continuing on this fight.
back off
They
and
know
go
it's
for Lord.
smarter to just turn their attention back, get this Lord, and do it safely.
Yeah, they got the damage.
Yeah, the safest way here, but DreamHack is coming. They
Hurry up,
want to
or
fight back
Jumpstyle
this
gets the-
very important objective. Blink here is knowing that only Jumpstyle. Here we go.
Yeah, Jumpstyle activates that Phantom Steed a little bit early there. 25% left onto the Lord. Oh, now Jumpstyle's way deep into underneath here, looking for an angle, looking for a way to get in. Penalty zone has been hit. Thanatos TZ
Lord's gonna go to freaking V2 though. And DreamHack is gonna pay for trying to contest this without their full team. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's a GG right there. Just J-Kite left all alone for 40 seconds.
at mid.
Jay.
None
Okay.
of DreamHax's
Going base.
downed
Going
players
base.
are gonna be up in
Oh
time.
God.
J-Kite
Oh
on the
God.
end has an immortality. Winter crown.
No way you get
Activated
outplayed.
again. Trying to take
Oh
down
man,
J-Kite,
outplays.
finds the kill, dies, but enables
They shut
his
each other
team
down.
for their
GG.
second game
You
of
hate
the
to see it.
series.
Another different, chaotic, bloodly game here for the second game. Guarantee one more victory to Octa Gaming 2-0 Xena.
What's crazy, I've been watching like in mute this whole
Wow,
time.
Octa Gaming found their confidence
so
there, making sure they dominated the early game, keeping that rhythm, and keeping it throughout the whole time, right? They just... Thanatos Tizzy, he was still strong with the 6-1-0 by the 6-minute mark, and that pressure, they just gave so much pressure to them. I do have to give it up to J-Kite, though. She did a wonderful job trying to fight that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only so far you can go trying to fight that off. Like I said, she really made the most use of a lot of her items there too. Like I said, Sky Piercer early on Kimmy. I know it's part of the build, but sometimes I roll my eyes for some of those early Sky Piercers, especially when your team is behind. But when you're talking about somebody who's starting off the game 5-1 and 1, it's a good item to be picking up to try to at least make this game as competitive as possible. Big shout out too coming out for the Tarizla pickup, who actually paid a little bit of dividends. King did his best to kind of come in, get a lot of those penalty zones. Unfortunately, Octa Gaming, let's talk about this 16-3 Thanatos TZ on the Suyo pickup. Not just that, a Segan 0-1-17 V2 3-0-12 on the Claude. It's just when the picks that they have, not only such great drafts to shut down that Hilda pickup, but they know exactly when some of these heroes are really supposed to be doing enough during a lot of these fights and waiting for a lot of these power spikes.
Yeah, the whole team here showed an astonishing performance, especially for Octa Gaming, and we are talking about like Thanatos' performance, the Sagans, and say V2 for example. But Saber here, like we were talking about that he was able to walk through the composition, walking through the DreamHax front line. You know, he was taking so much damage, but he wasn't able to die. He bought much time for Octa Gaming, you know. So, but for me, I think that DreamHax bringing Hilda, they had a very solid idea, like to play in aggressive, to have a very interesting early game here to dominate the map. But by the time that this idea wasn't working and Hilda was losing the potential, losing this aggressive situation, Octa Gaming was like turning things to easier for them to not only lead the advantage, but to manage an advantage. We were talking about like King's performance with the Tarizla, that from mid to late game, he was very interesting with the penalty zone, like 3 or 4 times that it was well connected. That was a good for DreamHax to extend the game for much time. They, if you ask me that DreamHax had some chance to win the game, I would say that they had this the chance, but you know they have the possibility to be better. But Octa Gaming, they were so confident to the composition, to the idea, you know, even though Thanatos with the 16 kills with a big responsibility, but V2 with the blazing duet playing so well. Even Sora, which was like with a negative KDA, he was so important with the ultimate tanky here for like to take down and get so many crowd control for Octa Gaming. So even though DreamHax played very like the next possible team fights, they were able to play very well, taking 2 or 3 players from Octa Gaming. It didn't seem like Octa was about to lose this game. Not only because of the goal lead and the pressure, you know, but for many situations in the second game.
Yes, and when it came down to execution, this player delivered it flawlessly again. Thanatos Tizzy taking that MVP with 16.30 KDA, 78.7k total damage, 802 golds per minute. He is a force there in the jungle.
I'm in shock.
Yeah, I mean, he really was able to shine here, but for me, the entire team and being able to enable him has been the highlight of this story here. They create this great barrier up in the front. They give him space when it comes to this Lord as well, and it just enables, especially when it comes to Suyu picks and a person like Thanatos TZ, who's going to be able to kind of get in there all the time and find a lot of these kills with that evil queller as well. And that's another thing too. He was absolutely phenomenal when it came to like one of those abilities like the evil queller, where you got to aim in there, find some of these weaker targets out there. So a great and well-earned MVP there from Thanatos TZ.
Yeah, working with Suyu and the jungler, we have this.
All right, are we gonna have a 3-0 sweep? It's looking like it.
Here, but only in the XP. We know that XP that you need more time to get the full potential of the hero, get the full potential like what a Suyu can bring. In the jungler, like you have a very fast farming, you have a very fast pathing clear here to reach the level 4, the first levels faster as he can and get more damage as he can. So we saw actually in the second game what he's able to do when he gets stronger. So Thanatos TZ MVP once again. Thanatos 16 kills. Are you the boss? Are you the owner of the game? My goodness.
Well, he should be. I mean, he knows how to work his heroes really well and play it very wonderfully. But at the same time, his team knows how to be there for him. And that synergy and also that CC that they had on their team, the Valier, the Sora, the Hylos, that was really hard to deal with for sure.
It's funny too because we brought up at the beginning of it that Thanatos TZ maybe
he's in the flow state
a little too long at the gold lane, hoping to find an early game gank. He did that twice, but still.
See, I was gonna turn on my camera, but
because
the fact that I might not even just watch the rest of it, just because I'm so tired.
Find these great kills onto the enemy. So even when you're not, I know I do like to see. I think
I would watch the rest of it, but it's just the fact that I have freaking University Legends later. I can't be exhausted doing that. I'm gonna have like no energy in a tank while I'm trying to cast. It's not gonna work.
There's not many heroes that are going to be able to stop you, but right from the beginning he tap danced that line very well. Understood, I can go down here, dang, that sucks, I'm not going to be able to get a kill, but this fight coming up, I'm able to find these angles, able to get in, get those kills, and still able to maintain my lead and my farming.
That's not even that far away. That's only 2 hours away, bruh. 2 hours and 30 minutes.
I was thinking about that, and I saw in the last team fight, because we were talking about, okay, Suyu's potential. We were talking about Octagaming synergy, as Azina was saying. Maybe I felt in the last team fight from the Lord, I felt some miscommunication for DreamHack, because we were seeing a response for a DreamHack, especially with the penalties on from King and the Phantom Sting for jump style, you know. And the last Lord, we already seen, like, I think that Private already said that he said that, okay, maybe the Phantom Sting for
but at least if anything we get like the main seed done, so like seed 1 is gonna be like, we know what the top team is at least.
And the orange buff, you know, through the Lord, and the King was not so close to apply the penalties.
We just won't know who the bottom
the wombo combo that could
is.
be a brawl from DreamHack that didn't work out in the last team fight. That could be one of the win condition and keys for DreamHack to do something, to try to win this game. But in the last battle, in the last team fight, I think that there was a miscommunication, there was a misunderstanding in the execution for DreamHack. Once again, DreamHack is a very strong team. We already seen that they were not dead yet. They're trying to head back in the game sometimes, you know. So Octagaming, they are aware about that. The players know well this team, so they didn't give a chance for DreamHack to get back in the game, and that what matters. 2-0 for Octagaming. And now we're heading for the draft for the third game.
Yes, we're trying hard there at the end. We can see that the Kimmy was starting to come online, and you said that Trizla was doing an amazing job with those penalty zones.
If Shaykite would have had a better early game,
that
they would have been good. But
made it
because again,
so
her
that,
Kimmy is really good, but they just
they are banning
didn't
out
have
here
the
Sora and
spacing.
Baxia. They're making sure that Baxia is not in the game right here. Zushin and Freya, top contenders for priority bans, for sure.
So it was brought up, and I actually have a question for you too. And this is what we were kind of talking about when we tried on the side of DreamHack to have a flexible draft to keep Octa Gaming guessing. You don't know where these heroes are going to go. The Suyo pickup, which has been such an instrumental role in the jungle position, was it wasted putting it in that XP position where it didn't just lose, but you didn't really get the value you usually get out of a Suyu who's ahead because he's constantly farming, and instead had to kind of sit back and play, I want to say almost passively in that XP lane.
Yeah, as I said before, in the XP lane, Suyo like King, I think that King's idea was like to respond a Lapu Lapu in the early game. Because we saw in the first game, like he getting the kill, Suyo causing so much damage in Lapu. But we knew that from mid to late game, things are about to be different. Because we know that Lapu needs time, Lapu needs some items here to get the resistance, to get like the sustain, you know, and the damage potential.
Looking to snowball, but it didn't work out.
Suyu maybe could not the best idea, because Suyu is not focusing in defense items, for example. He is focused on farm, he is focused on damage, he is focused on items that can cause this, that can cause the DPS. So for XP lane, okay, in the early game, if the idea is to work very well in the early game, that could work better for DreamHack. But we didn't see that because King was neutralized so many times in the XP lane, you know. So maybe that's why Suyu is heading for the jungler more times than the XP, especially in the competitive situation. So maybe for XP here, I don't think this is a good idea to bring Suyu.
Yeah, great point. I do think Suyu does belong in the jungle for the fact that that farming was right. So maybe if they had swapped it in the, that first game, maybe it could have been a different story as Gwen would be handling that side. But here we go, and we're picking up Harley on the side of Octa, and DreamHack will pick up Fredrin and Claude. Thoughts?
Yeah, with I'm trying to think of, I mean, it's kind of funny to me that from the week 1, week 2, and now at week 3, beginning in South, we're starting to see the lack of Marcel anywhere when it comes to either some of these bans, when it comes to some of the pickups, which is honestly surprising to me, because I feel like the South is one of the places that actually knows how to use Marcel, while in the North I feel like they're still banning, they're still trying to pick him up, still trying to use him, yet I think none of them have been successful with him just yet. Here, a big tanky front line, not just that, but a good early game coming out from Octa Gaming when you include the Grok out there as well. Claude, you're gonna need some items for him to start coming online. Tanky still in front, you got the Fredrin and the Hylos as well, so a decent amount of healing coming out from the side of DMX. A little bit more of a rounded draft coming out from DMX. My only problem is I'm waiting for that early game possibly from them. I feel like DMX so far have just, their starts have just been so lackluster, and it just starts steamrolling into more potentially the lead just starts drifting away from them if they're not able to get that control in the early game. And that's not just them, that's most teams right now in the current meta, is if you aren't able to at least have a little bit of control in the early game, these games so quickly begin to spin out of your control. And DreamHack have been a big one of those that's not able to really encapsulate that early game, get the advantage, harass like they want to. They've been countered at every single turn here. Even last game where they tried to pick up the Hilda, you had a Valier out there, and it's like, what is Valier? What is Hilda gonna do? It's like, because as soon as you walk up to a Valier, you're just hit with so many abilities. You're slowed, you're stunned, and it's just like, okay, well, that's it for me in the early game.
Yeah, I think that DreamHack, oh, they banned Valentina. That could be a good chance here for Octa Gaming, guaranteeing a ZTN, for example, in the mid lane here to match with Harley, especially with the follow-up damage that comes with the burst of the Herod in the ultimate, with the nerf of magic resistance coming from ZTN. So let's wait to see. Benedetta is the last ban here for Octa Gaming. Interesting fact is, most of the teams, when they are in the blue side, they prioritize this Harley, you know, in the first pick here, especially to guarantee a very interesting early game. But not only for that, but I think that it is also to somehow control the rest of the draft from the enemy, because they have to adapt from Harley. Not only for Harley, but when it comes, what comes with Harley, you know, with the follow-up, with the damage that comes, you know, from this very strong jungler. So here, as we were saying, DreamHack is focusing on resistant heroes with Hylos and Fredrin. Now he comes with Kagura with a very high burst damage here, especially in the magical power. So let's see what is going to happen. But once again, Harley here is getting a high prioritization in the blue side, especially in the first pick.
Yeah, I'm thinking Kagura was kind of to maybe counter being picked off if it was an easier, you know, stand still mid there. So Kagura has that escapability to get away. I do like the side of Octa here. Harley's able to pick off that backline if needed. Yuzong could kind of get there as well. So it's still looking to see what else was chosen here.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me because it did feel like the Hylos pickup was kind of veering towards a possible Eve pickup from DreamHack, but then you had the quick reply to Yuzong, the Grok, and basically said, I dare you to pick something that has to stand still for their ults with both of these heavy hitters on our team. We got a Black Dragon, you're gonna have a tech charge coming at you, so they had to go with something a little bit more mobile, something that has an escape. Kagura fits that perfectly, but it's the big thing for me is, is Kagura going to be able to lock on to somebody with that umbrella to get that yin yang overture onto somebody?
Now the last pick here for DreamHack is the Insun Shin in the gold lane versus Moskov. That's gonna be very interesting matchup here, especially because of the abilities for Insun Shin here to spot the enemy and the very potential for physical damage. But let's wait to see what is going to happen in this game. But always reminding the people from the chat, as the main star of the show, we are talking about and we are handling the global ban.
All right.
So if the team choose a hero, for example, they are not allowed to choose this hero
what's up, Beavis?
again in the second or in the third game. Only in the best of seven. And if it comes to the seventh game, that is all reset.
All right, we got the YSS on gold lane.
Doesn't allow you to repeat the hero in the game or in the best of 3, in the best of 5. So,
I don't know,
you
bro.
have to keep in mind that. So
I don't know. Thanatos has already been going crazy. Now you put him on the Harley.
So
I think
we are talking about
3-0 right here.
Ban.
This might be it.
Once again here, bringing the
Harley pick feels pretty bad.
In the mid and in the jungler here to cause this pressure, especially with this magical damage that comes with these two heroes. Could be very interesting for Octa Gaming. But now here, my friend Private, let's go to the Land of Dawn once again, because it is already 1-0 for Octa Gaming.
Yeah,
when did that happen?
Chose violence immediately, find themselves a kill. I believe that was onto Blink. So the Roam apparently got surprised in the early game here as well. The thing for me too is looking at this composition coming out.
Early Lilia.
You've got a lot of heroes that need items.
How you doing?
That need scaling. King needs that Trinity build. Shakeite's going to need a lot of magic items to be able to kind of get a lot of that damage out there. Chimera, he is able to scale faster, but still needs to scale to start getting ahead. And there's nothing really securing a lot of that early game for them. Actually gets bounced
don't find another kill here.
The wall, but uses
it's already looking bad. It's already a kill.
Wait.
And they're winning across the board, bro. They're winning mid, they're winning bottom.
I have just a little bit lack of attention, but everybody's seen right.
They seem to be winning top
in XP lane.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't even think of that too. Yeah, so we do have the Claude, and he's going to be going up against Lucy on the Yu Zong. I'm not sure.
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Bruh, I zone out for like 2 seconds and I come back and they got double marksman. What is going on?
Swooping around, checking around the area for another clean pickup of this turtle.
Yeah, this is about to be 3-0. It is already over, bro.
Down by the meta, but you have to respect, you have to understand what the meta represents out there. Claude is going to get zoned out pretty hard by the Yu Zong. Claude doesn't have a huge, I want to say, range himself, and for something like a Black Dragon that can close the range on you very quickly, especially because there isn't the
I want to go to sleep. I want to go back to sleep. What is this match? Yeah, they lost.
Oops.
Oh, that's easy.
No, oh my days.
Finds the kill. I was about to say, there's no way that Thanatos TZ finds himself an escape here. Actually got dashed into the wrong bush there. Chaycut was waiting there, and unfortunately for Thanatos TZ gets an umbrella right to the face. Saber down.
Could it work
as well? DreamHack starting to answer back.
Theoretically, yes.
Is he going to be able to get his purple buff? He is. Glorious pathway laid out, but Thanatos TZ able to scoop it up.
Yeah, Moscov's ultimate here was for nothing, but now DreamHack is playing aggressive.
Should it work? No.
Beautiful outplay from Chaykai.
Stay in this game long enough.
Was able to survive the running away, but Chimera.
But that's looking unlikely.
He is so lucky.
Yeah, the Thanatos TZ, I mean, there was no way he was going to let that slide. So that's going to be 3-2 for Octa Gaming right now. DreamHack, I mean, I feel like they're going to start. They were doing great when it came to kind of trying to put on that pressure. The only question is, are they going to be able to continue that pressure without falling apart, without losing some of those basics that makes a team so lethal?
Nope.
But I have a question here.
This draft.
When you have Claude and Instant Shin, which one are going to be prioritized to farm? You know, because both of them needs farm. Both of them needs items to impact in the game. But now the next turtle here, both teams are aware. Here comes the dance.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and it looked like DreamHack went ahead and reset there. Actually, no, that was reset there by Saber. So a well-placed wall there and resetting and pushing out the turtle. Jumpstyle's going to go in. Black Dragon is out now, and that's going to go ahead and activate the pathway coming out as well. Big pop-up comes with the tech charge. Segan finds the kill onto Chaykai.
Jeez, man.
Looking for an escape.
Another one.
They chose the wrong fight here. Blink might be taken down.
They shouldn't be fighting at all. You got 2 marksmen. Y'all got no kind of early game, bro. Y'all should not be fighting at all.
Chaykai right away.
Yeah, we're gonna find the turtle here with Lucy, with the Yu Zong, with the ultimate open. It's not a good idea because we both know that the Black Dragon has a high potential to zoom the players to after the ultimate. He still has the dragon form, which has a more damage, more resistance. So maybe for DreamHack here, forcing the ultimate before the objective is good for them to have a good chance before the team fight. But now here comes a 3v2 Hunger Games.
Oh, King! Evil! He's looking for a tech charge, right? Oh, at least with the blazing duet! But Segan was right there on the Lilia to blow him up!
Doesn't do anything, bro. This
This
doesn't do anything. Got fed up with Brink. I don't blame you. He's just gonna tech charge out of that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Bro. Bro.
Second on the list as V2 dashes in jump style. Ooh, tries to go in. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away here as Segan finds the killing blow there as well. For Dream Max.
4.3k.
Yes, and Lucy's ultimate was just for celebrating the team fight that was positive for Octa Gaming once again. The first turret in the bottom lane and taken down for Octa Gaming. 9-2, gold lead here, almost 6k. I don't think so. I don't wanna be too early here, Private, but maybe we're seeing a disaster for DreamX.
I mean, we're talking about like 6k at the 6-minute mark. Like, I don't want to call things out a little too early, but it's looking like DreamX are having a rough game here. Tech charge comes out. Glorious Pathway is out as well from the backside.
They just can't lock down Sagan.
Oh, but almost gets immediately blown up. Is he going to be dangerous? Magic takes care of King.
Nope.
And that
Gone.
was immediate. Thanatos TZ sitting at 3-1 right now.
I'm a solo player because my friends quit the game. Hey, find new friends.
10-2, the next
Trust me, playing solos different kind of hell.
Once again, 3 turtles versus 0 for DreamX. DreamX, they weren't able to even touch in any of the Octa's turrets so far. Map domination for Octa Gaming. Thanatos TZ once again with an astonishing performance. Now with Harley, Sagan with Lilia 4-0-4. Even V2 here with Moskov, that we know that he needs at least the core items here to have the power spike. But at this point of the game, Moskov here is just one more here for Octa. Here comes once again.
Yeah, Black Dragon onto the backside, looking for a squishier target. Blink. Ooh,
Petrify onto 2.
And gets a 2-man Petrify jump style underneath the tower.
Blink in trouble. He's gonna get out though.
Safety is gonna be able to get away. And you talked about it. The items that they need, and they're still getting their purple buffs refused to them. Segan sitting here with a purple
completely
buff.
annihilated, bro.
Is gonna be down for the
this is why Harley is an issue right now.
Blink gets taken out by Segan.
Doesn't help that he's fed as hell right now.
Go ahead and start enforcing their will.
3-level gap.
Lane tower, and we are down to high ground towers for DreamX, and I don't believe they've even put a single auto attack onto the side of Octa Gaming's towers.
Yeah, I believe that. You know, we have to see, but even I think that there is no damage, no single damage on Octa's turret. But even though here Octa's is still causing the pressure, it is still playing forward, still playing aggressive, now with the focus at least to activate the Holy Shield from the last line of defense. DreamX here, it is forced to play together, it is forced to play back, because they don't have jungler, they don't have a farm here, only for the minion waves that is heading from the sides, and they don't even have the Lord, which is going to be guaranteed.
It's just a one-sided story at this point, bro.
They're trying to set up something here.
Just one-sided at this point. Like, what do you do at this point? It's 8.6k. First Lord is up. You've got only one Holy Shield. Oh my days.
Coming out from V2, bringing V2 to 4-0-2.
They better pray Lord don't go top. Oh no, they better pray Lord goes top, actually. If it goes bottom or mid, that might be GG, I'm not gonna lie.
It's not even far from enough for the Dragon Boys to get back in the game. Once again, we saw a Guinevere in the first game. A pick, okay, Guinevere is a very strong pick, but maybe from the
it's going mid, that's GG, bro.
for a DreamHack here. Maybe
GG.
trying to respond box here.
Thanks for the hydrate. Good news.
And now the third game
And stretch.
lane. For me, it is the same situation for Suyu. He needs a farm. He needs gold. He needs items to impact positively in a game. But now here comes the Lord.
Yeah, better run. Just let them have the turret, bro. I don't think there's anything they can do. Petrify found, and you are not dead, actually. A lot of damage being put out. Might have underestimated just a bit, but V2's still online. They're just gonna turret lock at this point. And GG. Yep, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a clean
sweep. I don't know what the hell DreamHack was thinking about. I guess they were just desperate for something, anything at that point. But nothing is what they found in that draft, because nothing was happening, bro. Nothing. They weren't getting nothing out of that.
They had that confidence, right? They took all the objectives. There was a huge gold gap. They punished them with kills. They just were unstoppable.
Dominated.
I don't know what else to say there. They couldn't do anything to stop them.
I think we talked a little bit about what would the games be like if DreamHack had improved since the last time they saw Octa Gaming, but it never occurred. What would happen if Octa Gaming had improved since the last time they saw DreamHack? And here, with not allowing a single win for DreamHack,
yeah, that's
here.
just it.
To have an answer for everything.
Yeah, we're checking out the
it's like some of these players get more confident as these series goes on, and it's
only one turret taken.
I don't know what they were thinking with this draft yet again.
Turret in the top lane here, but now we're seeing the stats. Sagan once again with Lilia 507. Thanatos, another astonishing performance from Harley 4-1. V2 Moskov, we didn't talk too much about him, but 4-0-2 here with the Moskov, a very good KDA. So Octa Gaming, a good
can't get rid of the brain frog.
Job. A good
brain
job.
Frog. Oh man, it's that bad, huh? Can't get rid of the brain fog.
Thank you. For guarantee a 3-0
trying to think like what can I do? Like,
to be honest, I was expecting more games. I was expecting
I need to shock myself, bro.
A stronger even a match between these two teams, but what we saw here, guys, was Octa Gaming only passing through.
I mean, Octa Gaming, even when it came to all of the fights, they understood their power spikes. They did a great job of drafting to be able to kind of dominate and lead through the early game as well. And you see here, like, jump style.
It's like I want to stay, but it's like I just don't want to be this tired when I'm doing the cast
there as well to try to find my way back to some of my towers. But I mean, all of these games have kind of just been repeating the same thing for Octa Gaming. They have a great pool of heroes they can go from. They have great counters, especially when it came to Hilda. When DreamHack finally
that snipe.
That took out King. But like even when it came to Hilda on the side of DreamHack, Octa Gaming just seemed to have the perfect draft to be able to take it down. And maybe that is part of the problem. That's something that we might have to go back to the drawing board when it comes to DreamHack. Some of these picks that come out there, the Claude in the XP lane, the Guinevere was picked pretty early as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at that MVP.
Yes, and a performance built on confidence and control. This is your MVP here. Sagen takes that away from Thanos' Tizzy this time around. Going in with the Lilia 507 KDA.
Not that easy first blood.
2.8k total damage, 769 golds per minute.
Yeah, Sagan, you broke the rule here. Oh, Thanatos Dizzy, we're heading for the record here, but now Sagan is a boss killer once again with Lilia heading and securing the MVP with the mid lane from Octa Gaming.
Who's
Guy
next?
Responsible for bringing Valier, for bringing Vexana in this match. Now shines once again with Lilia. So as we were.
Ha! I Alpha 7 versus 9Z Globin, though. I would like to see Alpha play, but like this against 9Z. I don't think that's gonna be all that great.
Binding to Harley with the follow-up of the damage that can come with the burst of the ultimate, you know, and the high DPS that comes from Lilia. So they knew what they were doing, you know, especially when you face the team who brought a Claude and XP lane, you know, making the third game. I think the idea could be good, but the execution and what we saw was not like even close to be good. So
all right, hold on. All right.
Yeah, a great game for Octa. A lot of
gotta hit the Nika dance real quick. Gotta wake myself up.
As well. The Lilia pickup, a great, especially when you combine it with the Black Dragon. You just had a huge birth of zoning area when it came to trying to push onto the towers. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there? Because the closer you are, you're gonna get hit by the bombs coming out from Lilia. If you try to stand back just a little bit, you're prime target for the Black Dragon coming out. So what can you do? You have to like.
Let me get up. Let me walk around a little bit. Let me see how I'm feeling. And if I'm not feeling it, bruh, we'll just call it. And then we'll just come back in like 2 hours to do our University Legends. But I'll probably just sleep those 2 hours.
And have been like sprucing up all these things.
Like
I said, we were talking about.
Let me get up. Let me walk around a bit.
That they have made.
Wash my face. Do my hair. See how I'm feeling after. If I can find like something sweet to eat to freaking supercharge my ass.
That much more room to grow in their second meeting here.
Yes, they did an amazing job, but they just swept that whole team. They are improving as you go. This is what we're here for, guys. That's with stage is all about that training and making sure that they are at top tier for those playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you know, guys, for me,
man,
I think that for a dream,
bro, good news. You have no idea how much I just wanted to yoink you up and fling you to the next dimension.
Scenario, especially talking about the
I'm also a goddamn robot.
You have a very high rotation for
anyways,
roasters. You know,
how's everybody doing? How's everybody's day? How's everybody's weekend going so far? It's a happy Saturday.
We
no.
had the role change. We had
I'm sorry I can't say that with much more enthusiasm. I swear when I'm tired my voice is I don't know, maybe I hear deeper, but my voice sounds so much deeper, and I swear I can't like stop it. It's just is it just me or is it just deep as fuck right now?
How long do we have
bro's trying to get his ass
to play together to get the synergy, to get the experience, you know?
Bro.
But for DreamX, maybe this high
Bro,
rotation of players of role swapping, I think that they need they have to find a way. They have to find a team and start playing together. You know,
I was asleep besides Rivals. You're right.
Tournaments like
you were
AMER,
up for
example,
goddamn Rivals.
When you need time, maybe this time can be over as soon as you think.
Anybody else want to tell me how their day went?
You have to.
Anybody else want to tell me how their weekend is?
That you have to have a lineup that can play together, that they can have the synergy, to play very well. Once again, DreamX is a very traditional organization. They are very good. It's a very hard one of the champions here in AMER.
We got Pokemon
in the
Cries.
South region, you know. But in the last seasons, it's like a roller coaster. There were some championship that they were very high. That the other ones that they are very not low, but in the medium, the medium average. But I believe that for DreamX, they don't want to be minimum. They don't want to be average. They want to be the top. They want to be champion. So they have to get this idea.
You know what? Shut up. I'm a yawn. If I want to yawn, all right? I'm tired. So if you got a problem with me yawning, you can come over here and run these hands. How about that?
Very strong picks in this meta. Some very strong picks for draft that maybe don't need to be the first pick, that can be countered a little easier than some that you know of. Hilda does, I mean, we don't see her often making, I mean, I still think she's a big priority in the meta, but there's certain things when you pick her early, you leave her open for counters out there. I feel like Hilda is a very one-dimensional type of hero that's it's high risk, high reward. You're really betting
shut your
a
ass up.
certain way.
How's that?
And if it doesn't,
Yeah.
Hilda's gonna be the first one to suffer. Other things too with the Gwen. I feel like that Gwen pickup, especially in the jungle, there were a lot of mobile heroes picked out by Octa Gaming too, and that's not really where Gwen shines. So you want to be able to get the stun down and hopefully come in with Gwen on a secondary where the enemy's either slowed or stunned or something like that, to make it easier for the Gwen to land a lot of those stuns. They went up against the composition where I feel like half the roster had a dash or something that they could use to be able to get away from Gwen. And these things have to be kind of on your mind when you're drafting certain things into that too as well. And then of course, as I kind of brought up ad nauseum, certain, I feel like we kind of reached a bit out.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know what he's talking about. Anybody know what he's talking about?
And hoping that difference on its own strength could maybe cause something.
Bro.
But when it comes to a team like
Victory Squeeze,
some of these other Alpha 7, things like that, you're not going to win a game by frazzling them. These guys have composure.
I can't make that noise for the life of me.
Things like the Zushin pick through because they feel confident in their ability to get to that super late game and be able to.
How the fuck does one even make that noise?
I feel like it's just going to be back to the drawing board. And you brought up the perfect point too. Being able to play together to get that synergy that you need. It's not an easy thing to be playing one role for an entire season. Understanding that, getting the depths, the little things that you need to understand that role, and then being like, okay, now they're putting me at something different, and you just have to relearn everything about that. Your priority changes. What you take from seeing on the mini map changes how you react to.
Bro, I have no idea what he's talking.
It's gonna be some growing pains. Like you said, a strong team with a lot of history.
I said let me get up and go walk. Let me go walk. I'll be right back. I ain't gonna be going for long.
Together, they are a monster right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me,
they are a monster. Go ahead. Say what you need to say.
No. I was thinking like
say what you need
Private was very surgical in his words about like, especially when he was talking about like planning the drafts. That could be that is a very special situation because we are talking a very high championship level. We are talking about AMER South. We're talking about the best teams in the South region, you know. And when you work and when you talk about drafts, when you play against Octa Gaming, when you play against Alpha 7, Influence Rage, you know, like, okay, the idea to think out of the box, to think differently from the others, it is a good thing, you know. But if you go too far with this innovation, with these new things, you know, maybe when you work something out of the meta can be not so good when you're facing these hard teams, you know. Because for example, we were talking about Sagan's picking Valor. So Sagan picked Valor in the first game. He picked in the second game, you know, in the second weekend. So we're not seeing so differently. He picked Valier. We talked to him and we asked, will we see more different picks than Valier? And they say, okay, you can wait, but no, only okay. Lilia, Vexana, Valier. Not so far from that, you know, not like not in Aurora, not in we already seen Eldora in the last weekend, but you know, not so far from the meta, you know, not so far from the idea to guarantee the advantage for Octa Gaming. So you can work in the meta, you can work in a draft that can surprise the enemy. But when you were talking about AMER South, then we were talking about our very good teams. You have to think not only twice, but maybe 3 or 4 times before doing it.
Also, and not to harp on DreamHack, just Octa Gaming, dude. Thanatos TZ, those first 2 games, absolutely unstoppable. You are talking about a well-oiled, a team that understands. A lot of those games were very even too, where I said like whether it was the Boxia, it was basically poetry, because Boxia would come in, get the damage, and even chase away the enemy. The moment that DreamMax would turn around onto him, like, all right, we got him, he's a little too far, the rest of the team would come in there, get that separation for him. Everybody played their role exactly how they were supposed to make the composition work. They understood. It felt like, looking and watching that, it felt like there wasn't a part of that composition they didn't understand. Even the Cho that I was questioning, I'm like, I feel like there's easier picks to accomplish what a Cho can. Even then, still able to execute, still able to get a lot of that, I want to say, the peeling ability that Cho provides with it. The team just really kind of came together there. And so I feel like the communication is a huge deal for them.
Yes, Cho was an amazing player for sure. He was able to get that back line and help that team with all those assists. He did a wonderful job there. I think it was a comfort pick for him. But let us look at the open qualifiers right now. The MWI right now is open, ladies. If you want to join in and get in on that esports team side, make sure you go in and register. The registration starts today, so get your team registered.
Yeah, she almost screwed up, said guys there, but we already have our light when it comes to some of these other championships. This is an opportunity for a lot of those great female players to shine when it comes to the qualifiers and get up onto that main stage. Like we said, big pride because North America out of nowhere came up and was able to get second place. It says a great thing about the place of MWI in the qualifiers right now.
Yeah. And it is very interesting thing to say, because when it comes about like female players, the last year we got female players who got the esports awards, you know, like from MLBB. So it is a very good thing for not only for the scenario, not only for the MLBB, but for the ladies, for the women to shine more and more here in the MLBB scenario.
Yes, and just for you viewers, remember we have these diamond drops here. Make sure the longer you are in the chat, the more that you get a chance at these amazing diamonds to get those skins that you've always wanted and saved up for. So make sure you stick around, comment more, engage with us, and you will get more of a chance.
Yeah, we see all those viewers out there, Deadpool, Kushwa, I think Mini Martini out there watching. Stay active in the chat, respond and things like that, and you will have yourself an opportunity to win some diamonds for yourself as well. Just a little way for Munsun to go ahead and give back to those loyal viewers that we have.
Yeah, from the friends in our chat, from the pimp for the friends who is still watching us, the Pinoy, the Slayer, the GM of Zedia as well. So you have the chance to get a diamonds for you. I need diamonds because his nick is Fisher. It is still in the house, and I need to change his nickname. I didn't have the chance. I didn't play so much.
I think you do need to change
I would change the nickname because most of the people are like, is Nick what? I say, no, it's Nick is Fisher. You don't get it, but that's okay. Only the geniuses are not being understood here. But it is a chance to get diamonds watching the broadcast.
Yes. Well, guys, make sure that you follow us all over the place, please. We are trying to grow here in North America, so, and yes, make sure oh my god.
Listen up, warriors. The Frozen Sea Showdown is here. 8 Francos, 2 sides. Ready your hooks. Well, the rules? Real simple. Hook 'em over, then bash 'em. Or hook 'em back and stash 'em. Remember, kills will make you stronger. More kills, bigger targets, so swing those hooks. More kills, better hook, so wipe off their looks. Crabs in the river, hook 'em. Reel 'em in for new skills. Stun. Magnet. Reflect. Chests in the cave, hook 'em. Reel 'em in for new skills. Team heal. Team super hook. Crazy ults. Total chaos. Triple hook. Recall hook. Trick hook. No equipment to buy. Auto upgrades for all. Take one down, get your hook back. Hook, kill, reset, repeat. Hook till you can't hook no more. Remember these words. Hook, kill, reset, repeat. Hook till you can't hook no more. Hooks ready? Let's go!
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys grabbed your snacks because we're ready for the next rounds that are going to happen. We have Alpha 7 going against 9Z Globin. What do we have to say about them?
Well, I mean, the action doesn't stop. We're not even halfway through the night just yet. Going to be moving on to our best of 3. I believe this is another kind of grudge match. A little history behind these teams who have already faced each other. I believe it was in the first round that Alpha 7 took on 9Z Globin. So another opportunity for both of these teams to show us what they've learned.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, it's gonna be a very, very long afternoon / night here with us. Now we're heading for the second match, as a private well said. 9Z Globin versus Alpha 7. Alpha 7 2-1 so far versus 9Z 1-2. Win for a Black Sentence the last weekend, and 2 losses, one of them for Alpha 7. So even though we're seeing that situation, I believe that we are going to have a very interesting match. It's a best of 3 this time, you know, so we hope to see the 3 matches. We hope to see both teams like fighting for the victory so far.
Yes, we are hoping to see them match up. They have already gone against each other around, in the first rounds, right? So, but Alpha 7 came up on top on that one. Let's see if 9Z Globin is able to fight back. Maybe they learned a thing or two to be able to contest them this time around.
An interesting factoid too, Alpha 7 and what we just watched, Octa Gaming, neither of those two teams, who I think are very, very even, neither of them have faced each other yet. Yet both of those teams took their only losses to Entity 7 as well. So I want to say this is a pretty big hill for 9Z Globin to try to be able to come back from. Some of the big, I want to say, outliers that really kind of weigh some of these teams against each other. I feel like 9Z Globin last week pulled out the Marcel. Not successful with it. I feel like the draft didn't really support it either. Where on the side of Alpha 7, they're one of the few teams that we have in the South that has been super successful with the Marcel pickup, doing very well to combine it with, I believe it was the Terizla, Chang'e, and Guinevere with Marcel. The CC coming out from Marcel with that golden hour really made well for a lot of those pickups as well. So 9Z Globin, it's another one that kind of stands on the side, just like when we're talking about Dream Max, that we need to make sure that our drafts, we're thinking about our drafts and then the early game. I feel like for some reason, the early game from some of these teams they feel like it's something that can be, I feel personally, the early game is a priority in your draft. How do we affect, how do we get through, how do we dominate the early game? And because if there isn't a plan, if you're just thinking about the mid-game power spikes you have, a lot of these heroes that need items and stuff like that, you're gonna have a hard pathway.
All right, let us take a look at the lineup real quick. Who do we have here? We have Hesu, Flick, Frostlane Eve, and Upatizzy and Pocky2 for the side of Alpha 7.
Yeah, it's a very interesting lineup here from Alpha 7. The guys who have some very high expectations, which is a very, very hard team here so far. They have to prove themselves that they are able to be one of the champions, to be the champion here of AMER South, with two imports, Hesu and Flick, Frostlane, Upatizzy, and Paquito, who came from Influence to Rage, but now we're heading for 9Z Globant's lineup.
Yes, 9Z Globant is having it on the XP lane Chino, jungle lane Luis, Inho. We got mid lane Fishin, gold lane Gusta La Gusta, we like to say that, and our roamer, Alboro Crazy.
I want to say last week I finally, they had some great games coming out of 9Z Globant, so they did have a little bit of growth. It was very fun to be able to say Gusta La Gusta as they were doing very well. I do know, I think I keep saying the jungler's name wrong, Rico. And I want you to give me one more of the, especially with the great accent of yours. Tell me how me and the viewers are supposed to say the jungler's name.
Yes, boss, loud and clear. So everybody say Luizinho.
Luizinho.
Luizinho. Luizinho.
All right, it's still gonna come out. Say it, Luizinho.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, but we're definitely looking for this team to, like we said, last week, a great week for 9Z Globant. They had some great victories there. We got an interview with them to find out, like, they do have some inner workings. I believe, Rico, you've been the big one to point this out. You've got a lot of good players.
Just in time for the next draft.
Different play styles on
all right,
this team.
so some good news. I got myself a sandwich and some sweets. Really sweet. It's not really sweet. It's more like salty sweet.
Or just people just playing on different aspects.
You know, much like a Snorlax, food tends to wake me up,
kind of begun to mesh that,
and that little walk around kind of did me a little justice as well.
Against a team like Alpha 7, who I want to say has had some very interesting drafts and things that they've been able to figure out. They've been one of the funner teams that I've liked to watch.
Did my hair
when it comes to them being able to counterpick.
Yeah, and
refilled my water.
I was checking here actually because you said.
And we're locked in for the long haul.
Last day,
my deep voice is gone.
Versus a Black Sentence, but surprisingly, the Marcel, he was very good actually in Alboro Crazy's hand. You know, he's got to be careful because I can definitely get drowsy again. And you were talking about like how he fixed in that composition, but especially for the disengage situation, you know, because we used to see Marcel like playing forward, aggressive, only, especially playing with the second skill and this and his stacks of the buff, you know, like to get this crowd control. But
and I'm pretty sure I left my headphone out there.
Damn it. We were not able to see this Marcel like aggressive one. But in the last game for versus Black Sentence, Alboro Crazy brought Marcel in the first game, and they were really, really good. Alboro Crazy always like getting a very well use of the golden hour to benefit the team, to benefit the execution. It was a very, very good thing to see.
Question: was he using it with the trio like everyone else, the Guinevere and Trizza, or he just brought his A game with the Marcel?
It's a completely different style. I remember it now that you're saying it. I remember it was mostly used to help secure a lot of escapes. If one of their teams got into a hairy situation, Golden Hour would come out, freeze the enemy out, help 9Z Globe create that distance to be able to get away. So it's two different kind of play styles, especially Alpha 7, like he was talking about, the more ambitious. They're gonna send Marcel out to set up these ganks that they want. Whereas 9Z Globe, a little bit more passive. They played on the back foot. They allowed the enemy to come, try to maybe waste some abilities, and they were able to freeze them out. Another priority Boxia pickup here. This time, though, 9Z Globin, so waiting to see what Alpha 7 has to answer with. And if it's anything, they're going to need to be very careful if this Boxy is going to be played anything like what we saw from the last series.
They got the carry here with the Kalea here, but Sora's still open as well. So I wonder if they're going to carry on the side of 9Z.
Counter to Basha.
Carry is that Shredder that will take them out in the late game. But if she's handled in the beginning, then they're just going to have a harder time, right?
Yeah, and I remember here. And for the last time that Alpha 7 faced of 9Z Global in AMER South, the first game, they brought Kalia in their composition, you know, and that was a victory for Alpha 7. So maybe 9Z has a plan to deal with it, but we know how strong is that pick, how strong is the pick in Paquito's hand, as we seen him playing, as we know that he is aggressive one, he likes to go through, he likes to play forward, you know, so 9Z here has to take care about that.
Gotta gotcha, huh?
From this side, when you have
doubling down on durability.
You're looking for a little bit more burst damage to be able to kind of help gun down some of those heroes that you grab. Fortunately, early to mid-game, Carrie is not that answer that you're looking for. She's gotten more sustained. This is what I'm looking for, something else to kind of help with a little bit more CC, a little bit more damage that can come out from Guinevere. The big thing, though, is how well are these compositions going to play against each other? You grab somebody with that Tsunami Slam, you're going to have Gotcha for that position. It's going to come in very hot with that, with that Avatar of the Guardian. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, going into that the banning phase right now, I think we're looking for maybe to ban out some of the mages on the side of Alpha
Kalea is a very known...
and then what we're looking for 9Z Globin.
Gotcha is a very known counter to many setters.
Lane, maybe mid. I doubt both of these teams are probably going to focus too much on the mids, or do we just go ham and just ban every single mid that we can think of so that nobody has anything left?
Right there.
I'm very much with
They're going with that.
TruSpirit is online.
Yves, Lunux, Lilia, Zushin,
Bro, just need a little bit of snacky, walk around, stretch.
ZTN is
and
out.
He is good.
That option.
ZTN.
As well as Valentina.
Valentina, Kimi, it's another option here. Maybe not Lily anymore because she's banned here. But an interesting fact that the last
honestly, I would go Valentina and still the AOG, bro. I'm not even gonna cap.
So ZTN here is out.
Counter set the counter set. Set the set, the counter set, the counter set.
Please don't tell me Valentina. Please, Dynasty, don't ban Valentina. Come on, don't ban. Or Kimi to the mid lane, please.
It's very interesting that you talked about that too, because that was kind of what I was reading in the heat. If 9Z Globin decides to slot in the glue pickup, it's something that's familiar with this composition from Alpha 7 to possibly use the Linux that they were able to last time they faced the glue. Kalia, as soon as the split came out from the glue, Kalia was
what I'm gonna eat later.
Snatched up the glue, and
no
then
idea.
Linux would absolutely dominate him on the back line as well. Ooh, and there goes the glue pass up there as well. So Valentina still open up on the board.
Man out glue. I don't think they would have went glue here, bro.
Paquito or Alpha 7 gonna go ahead and scoop up that Kimmy pick.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pick up the Valentina, most likely try to steal Kalia's ultimate to kind of help the team with more CC. I'm not really sure what other mages are available. I can't think of Valir, but then Will that be helpful? The other, they're too jumpy, very mobile. Really?
I believe that 9Z
actually no, Valir would be valid.
Avoid any kind of trouble. They are going to pick Valentina and Sora at the same time.
Valir would actually be valid here because Valir can get out of both of those. He's a free purify. Yes! Yes!
No, it's fishing. Okay. With Valir,
Zeshi got a little bit of a makeup there, but no. This is 4 magic damage dealers on the side of 9Z Globin. So
fucking called that shit.
To see if that's not something Alpha 7 can kind of work around. They do take a little bit of time to really kind of come into their own. I agree with you, Xena, though. When you're talking about a Valir pickup, this is kind of a mobile draft that you have coming out from Alpha 7. So I wonder if the idea wasn't about being
Valir Phobius was such a good fucking pickup here. This might actually be a good match.
Flame to get out of a possible pickoff from Kalea to hopefully get him down to that back line. And, ooh, here we go. Lapu
got the Lapu
for the side of Alpha 7.
Yeah.
I just want to rewind.
Yeah, it's a good thing. The only thing for me is that Boxia, Harith,
to pick Valentina and Sora at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good thing. The only thing for me is that
Wait, no. I need the exact moment.
Are available, I can think of Valir, but then will that be helpful? The other, they're too jumpy, very mobile.
The head shake there.
I believe
he was so confident in it not being Valir.
They are going to pick Valentina and Sora at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good thing. The only thing
because I caught that. I really did catch that, and then boom.
Take it. Is that you? No, it's fishing. At least in my point of view here, it is.
I'm sorry. I just had to point that out. He was so confident that it would not be Valir.
To play as even as Alpha 7 as they like to play aggressive. So let's see what is going to happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be stepping back
into
the land
like
of Dawn for our second series of the night, featuring Alpha 7 taking on 9Z Globin. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a best of 3.
Yes, a best of 3. Here is the second match of the day. Welcome to the Land of Dawn. 9Z Globin versus Alpha 7. Alpha 7, 2 victories, 1 loss. 9Z Globin, 1 victory, 2 loss. So let's see what is going to happen. Let's go, my friend.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this Valir can be played into it. The most obvious targets will be Flick when he goes in for the Violet Requiem, or Hesu when he comes in. Another pop-up, actually 2 pop-ups land there onto 9Z Globin, and you can see already healing coming out from Malburo Crazy.
Pause, meta.
The 2 main targets for Valir to be able to hit in my head are the Guinevere when they jump on somebody, or it's going to be the who was the I believe it was the mage for the side of Alpha 7. All I know is that the Violet, not the Kimmy, not who's the jungler then? Oh my God.
The jungler is Flick.
On what?
So what hero? What hero was it again that he chose?
Was Guinevere?
There's
Boxia. The 9Z
Boxia was 1. Okay. Yeah. And then what was the other one?
Yeah.
So the big thing though is that the 2 main targets that are going to be that you could possibly try to use the Valir onto, they've got abilities that can stop them from being CC during their.
If I was listening, I would have been able to answer that question.
The Violet Requiem, you're not going to be able to stun a Guinevere out of that, and by the time, especially if you're timing it after a jump, Valir is just not that fast. He's not going to be able to get that stun out as soon as that before that Violet Requiem comes out there as well. So it's going to be, I feel like the target selection for Valir, I feel like the only saving grace for Valir is the fact that he has the Vengeance Flame. That if you do snatch him up, if you do try to grab him, he can get away
He can very easily disengage.
9Z Globin's part too as well, where a lot of that roster, a lot of those heroes are.
If Gwen jumps on somebody, and I feel like a lot of people don't know this, there is a split second between that circle popping up and her landing. You can stun her out of that and mess up her jump.
Good luck on these matches.
It's not a guaranteed land. It's still it's a lot better than when it used to be, because it used to be hella telegraphed. But
you were seeing a Burrow crazy, like trying to cause trouble in the
Valir can push her out of it before she lands. As soon as you see that circle pop up, push. Or fireball, stun. Like the Valir is valid.
Luizinho here in the box here, or Augusta Lagusta with Harriet that has a dash, you know. So it's not a very high mobility composition from 9Z Globant, but Flick has to take care about like the targets that that he can jump to guarantee a kill or some kind of advantage.
Yeah, that's an interesting point too. Now that I'm seeing the draft,
and same with Kalei as well. Same thing. It's like you can push her out of her jump. She can be crowd controlled in the air.
Use that ultimate and a bravest fighter stance and be able to get out of it. Turtle.
Now, what you can't stop, because you're not going to be able to predict it, is the flicker jump from the Kalea. Now that, I mean, you could, I guess, but damn, a lot of damage. Flicker's out. Paquito's going to survive.
Underneath his tower, Flick going to be able to jump back to get to safety as well. First blood going to 9Z Globant.
Yeah, there's a power trinity here that I was talking about. Like when you have the Getoch Kaka, when you have the Luizinho playing with Boxia and Fovius, these objectives, at least in the early game, are very strong for 9Z Globant. First blood for 9Z Globant in Chino's hand. That is a very interesting start from 9Z Globant.
Yeah, I do kind of like 9Z Globant when you figure out that there's not great targets for Alpha either. Flick's gonna have
oh my days, she's dead. Tsunami Slam comes out, but
Tsunami Slam
Mink
crazy comes in, finishes the job. That's gonna be 2-0 lead for 9Z Globant. But as I was saying,
fucking pushed her back in the air. In the air, like bro.
To be able to latch on to 9Z Globant. Other than Feshin, who you're not gonna be able to grab because of Vengeance Flame. Everybody else is going to be dashing around or too tanky for you to really want to grab onto, want to jump onto if you're Flick on this Guinevere.
I swear,
I feel like both of
people be forgetting that these are still professional players. Like they know this, like they know this shit.
Winning scenarios that just aren't realistic for the enemy.
They're still professional players, bro.
It's going to be an interesting game as we continue on here. But right now, 9Z Globant with a firm lead of 2-0.
Yes, and I agree with you. There was a very
they might be making some questionable decisions sometimes, but when it comes to mechanics, they're usually on top of it.
Trying to jump over a Fashion, he used the Flame of Vengeance, and so he escaped. Oops.
Wow.
Oh man, he's living. He is living. He is living. He is living now. Oh, and he flickers out, bro. And gets him with the burn.
That is 3 members down for Alpha 7. 9Z Globant opening up at the 5-minute mark with 5 unanswered kills and 2 turtles.
It's burning! It's burning, Private! Burned to the death here for guarantee 1 more kill for 9Z Globant. Another turret, another turtle, sorry. 2 turtles for 9Z Globant so far. Go lead, already heading for 3K for 9Z Globant. A very strong early game. Alpha 7, what will you do in that situation?
Right now, this is the perfect start for 9Z Globant because I feel like the longer this goes on, the stronger they get, especially with the magic.
Oh my days.
Comes out, Tsunami Slam does not protect them. 9Z Globant with another kill there. 3 kills for Fashion, 2 for Chino. 9Z Globant are on a roll right now.
You know what, Paquito?
The synergy is actually looking really good right now.
He sent an emoji.
I'm loving it.
Despite that situation,
This trio.
I think that he didn't know about the other two players from the follow-up, you know, but he knew that situation. I think that he could escape, he could play safe, but once again, one more
oh
kill
no,
and now
yeesh.
Oh my goodness.
Got the turret and the 1v1, bro.
Gusta making short work of Upatizi up at the top lane. And I feel like Alpha 7, they just are completely unprepared. Hatsu gets trapped by 2 members. He is not making his way out of this fight. Unfortunate for Alpha 7. Flick not able to get down there fast enough. It is already a 4K gold.
They're getting bodied.
6-minute mark for 9Z Globit. And I want to say I am absolutely baffled and surprised, pleasantly surprised to see Alpha 7, who I thought was going to have an easy time with this game, now struggling. This is telling you how much the growth has happened from 9Z Globit. That game yesterday was nothing compared to the domination, the surprise we're seeing. 9Z Globit, very secure. Next turtle going to be picked up here for them. Alpha 7, not even in a position to contest.
I agree with you here, my friend Private, because when we see the historical for the 2 teams, Alpha 7 with 2 teams versus only 1 for 9Z Globin, and we can still talk about 9Z Globin situation, that so many players, so many good
Unless
players,
they make a crazy comeback. Nah, it's if 9Z Globin don't make any mistakes, they definitely win this match.
Synergy, at least in the first game,
if they make a mistake, they have a chance.
Perfect. And plus, Alpha 7 is completely lost here, Private Dancer. Something is happening to Alpha 7.
But the way they're moving, it's unlikely.
This is just what we were talking about. And
you look at that Vengeance Flame, bro, is good, bro.
Great players that have
good.
A long list of titles and history behind them in South America, in Latam. They just needed to get that synergy. They just needed to get on the same page. Here, I don't know that you could be anymore on the same page. In an 8-0 lead before the 8-minute mark here. Alpha 7, the only problem right now is I feel that you could count even as a possible negative is we are at
apologies for all the wrestling.
We've only got 1 tower, so it's not like 9Z Globit have been transitioning all of these kills and all of these fights into great objectives and pushing towers just yet. So we still have to wait for that mid game to come out to see if they've gotten enough of a lead to kind of really be a little bit more comfortable with themselves here. Another tower taken down.
I mean, they got the 5.4K. They
so both
just
sides
know how to use it now.
For Alpha 7, who have yet to be able to find an answer for this 5K gold lead of 9Z Globins.
The thing is, they can't be too aggressive either because they still can't underestimate
Cabral. So last weekend, Gustavo
and Gwen jump.
Talked to us. They have the BL as a coach and Cabral now to the team, to the coaching staff, you know. And Cabral was the coach for Alpha 7 from the last 2 seasons. So Cabral knows the team.
All right, first Lord is out. I feel like one of these other turrets should have fallen by now. Oh, they got bottom side, but
has to Flake, Upatizi, Frost. They were in this lineup before, so Cabral knows them very well. So maybe can be one of the things, one of the reasons that 9Z is playing so well versus
uncontested.
So far.
Yeah, and even when it comes to that turtle, allowing it out, they're forced. Alpha 7's forced to kind of try to get these long-ranged pushes up at the top, but immediately, especially when it comes into expanding rivers, you see how fast Chino was able to get to the top lane all the way from the bottom.
Ooh, who got caught?
Comes in, traps him underneath the tower. Flick able to find a kill onto Alburo. Crazy.
But they used everything, so.
Luisino comes in, might have bit off a little more than he could chew, but look at how tanky he is. The rest of Alpha 7 has to run away with half health, while Luisino able to take out the Alpha 7 jungle.
Luizinho, this is so unfair. What
and
is Boxy about? Oh, one more jump.
Oh, jeez. Split.
You would have thought that it was Luisino was the one who jumped on the Flick. Flick jumped in on and immediately took 90% of her health as damage. What a great surrounding from 9Z Globin. Immediately
another turret down.
Their jungler to be able to punish Alpha
Left
7.
2 inhibitors.
Have a great gank. No,
ah, man, you're dead.
The wrong side of his tower gets taken out, bringing us to a 9-1 game.
Hasu completely lost, not in the jungle, but in the bottom lane here. Guarantee
you're dead.
Kill for 9Z Globant. Private, we are talking about 9.
I wish I told you who made the quote.
9Z Globant so far. Gold lead. Oh my god, my math now it's not so clear.
Edited
but
from
it's
like this day forward. Whoever makes the quote,
5
I'll put
plus
their
3,
name on it.
8K for 9Z Globant. But they have to take care because Alpha 7 is very strong. They have resilience, so they can have back in the game. So 9Z Globant.
Not really having no choice but to watch bro get jumped.
Yeah, we do.
Nothing they can
the
do.
saving grace on the side of 9Z Globant, I feel like Phobius begins to fall off a bit there. Luisino will become a little less. You're going to start having your items. You'll be able to maybe burst down.
Oh, don't group.
I mean,
don't group.
Immediately,
don't group.
Alpha 7 has to disengage from this as 9Z Globant basically own Alpha 7's jungle right now. We're at the 12-minute mark right now. Sans any huge mistakes, I feel like Alpha 7 are going to have a very rough time trying to find the advantage, trying to find the pickoffs that they need. I haven't seen one successful tsunami slam, I feel like, come out from Alpha 7 just yet. And I feel
there's
like
only one. There was only one.
Big marks here. That's one of the big things that they're really leaning on. Also, I mean, hoping for Upatizi to really get farmed up onto this carry. But I mean, carry's one of those too. When you're behind,
walking in on Oracle.
Waiting for the Trinity, you're also
why Oracle at this point? You're not really getting nothing to heal with. Your Kalea can't even fight for more than 3 seconds.
Yeah, and now meanwhile, Border Crazy gets an immortality here.
Locked in some armor.
More time for a 9Z.
Don't just stand there. Help!
So leverage for a 9Z Globant who guarantees another Lord here. Almost a 13 minutes. Maybe can beat the Lord to finish the game, but they have to pay attention because they have a carry on the other side who has a very strong late game, especially with the true damage that can melt down the tanks like a Boro Crazy with Gatochkaka and Luizinho with Baxia.
Yeah, they're just doing such a great job. Taking a look at 2,600 gold for Gusta Lagusta on this Harith right now. The only thing, he's even got the concentrated energy too, so he's going to be able to get a ton of health back.
Oh man, the AOG that's sitting there. The AOG that might come out here, bro. Oh, it's looking pretty.
Now we have the Lord coming in at mid.
Pretty.
Catches 2 members with that ultimate from Frost Lane E.
Took a lot of damage though.
Damage going on to that mid lane tower as well. All lanes starting to crash in. As you see, Hasu going to go down to bottom, splitting up their priority. Big defense here coming for Alpha 7. They are able to protect their high ground towers, but it's only a matter of time right now at the 14-minute mark. Ooh, incoming.
Oh, big damage.
Been laid down. Hasu takes a heat of damage. You can see the rest. Gusta Lagusta coming in, trying to rain damage onto that high ground tower.
Big AOG, boom! Oh, the Tsunami Slam is there though.
The Guardian comes in. Violet Requiem is out.
Do they get punished here?
Onto Alpha 7. Luisino goes down. Alpha 7 trying to turn this
around. Yeah, I gotta get out. I gotta get out.
Looking for the opportunity. Great.
But they cracked base. That's all that really matters. And it's on the opposite side.
9Z Globant overstayed their welcome, and now a player down and have to retreat.
Yeah, but they still cracked base.
Were so fast
still a win.
Because by the time that they saw the initiation for 9Z Globant, Tsunami Slam hit the players, hit the target, guarantee the kills for Alpha 7. They are able to defend the base, but first, the turret in the top side already taken down. In the mid lane, you see, there's no HP ever in that turret. So more advantage for 9Z Globant. that they now are they want to wait another Lord to secure the victory, to turn things easier so far.
Yeah, and the thing too is on the side of 9Z Globant, they already have the protection that they want against the carry, against the Kimmy. They've already got, I think I saw 3 Radiant Armors coming out from them, 3 Chastised Pauldrons coming out from them already. So they're already planning for this late game where Frostlane Eve will start coming online, where Upatizi will start coming online. And they're doing a great job of prepping for it too, because I mean, you're gonna really slow it down even with that little kill that Alpha 7 was
Flick's already seen, bro. You're already seen. There's nothing you can do. You're seen.
Radiant Armor. They're all doing like the max defense that they can get. You see here, Tsunami Slam.
Big AOG, boom, counter set. You're useless now. You've just been, like, you've been declawed. Your whole purpose is gone. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. A little too deep, Chino. A little too deep, Chino.
While Gusta Lagusta finds himself another tower. This is going to be a clean Lord pick.
Gonna be 2 down though.
Take
and another inhib down as well.
Take my money, take my everything here. What a great play for Chino here, guaranteed the advantage for 9Z Globant. But the idea
the Shin's
for
still
Alpha 7,
only 305.
with the Tsunami Slam, the idea was good, but
only one that's deathless that's like doing real good. Gusta Lagusta is doing alright. 203 is alright. Not crazy. But 305?
He can buy so much
what is that?
412.
That's 66%.
They were not able to kill Abura Crazy. That bought so much time for 9Z to respond so well. Guarantee 2 more kills. The advantage to secure the Lord, and now they're heading to the possibly final game.
Man, I mean, you're looking at this, the gold leads firmly, almost a 3K gold lead there for Gusta Lagusta. Has the penetration that he needs, almost a 10K.
Everybody's up, all ultimates up. Waves are topside didn't sync.
Of an angry 9Z Globant, now charging in through mid lane. Minions at the bottom lane as well. Lord starting to hit down onto the tower. Hatsu in the back line taking a heap of damage from Chino. He's going to use the Winter Crown. Is that going to be enough? Flick going to dash himself to safety.
It's over. GG, bro. GG. They just blocked. Look at that fucking fireball. I want it.
Dominate victory here for 9Z Globant in the first game in the best of 3.
I wonder who got MVP, bro.
That is a surprise. 9Z brought their A game this time around.
I didn't look at the final KDAs. It's definitely either Gato or Valir.
I think they weren't able to. Alpha 7 was not able. They weren't prepared. They weren't prepared for this. I think they expected them not to be so dominating this time around.
I don't know if they woke up, they're eating their Wheaties, what they had for breakfast, what they're wearing, but continue to do that. Don't change a thing. Whatever this is a completely different team than we saw from that first round coming out from Alpha 7 taking on 9Z Globant, where 9Z was swept. This was a dominant game by 9Z Globant. This was a synergy that you saw from them. I mean, they had an answer for everything here. Even like we said, I thought maybe it would be a little tough for Fashion on this Valir. Where were his targets? But if you turn it around on Alpha 7, where were their targets? Who were they going to be?
I don't know. MVP can be between Fashin, Chino, or Albro Crazy. Like, anybody can be.
Tsunami Slam. And then you're kind of getting into
even Louise, like Louise, Chino,
really depending on that late game of
Fashin, or Albro Crazy. Any one of them can be MVP. If I had to say, it's either gonna be Fashin or Albro.
On 3 members of 9Z Globant.
Yeah, they're really prepared here for Alpha 7's idea and composition. But once again, as you well said, the targets for Flick here using Guinevere were not that easy. Because
what's the importance of syncing lanes? Is that an actual question?
You had Chino. He has the stats from the ultimate here, especially to focus in the back line. You have Fashion that could use the flames of vengeance.
My questioning is, it's not sarcasm. I just want to make sure that it's not a sarcastic question before I actually like go into detail why it's important.
Using the Guinevere so far. Maybe
and why teams lose games because they don't sync waves.
With a high burst damage from the jungler, that could work very differently. But in this game here, 9Z Globin knew what they were doing, knew what they had to do to guarantee the first victory so far.
Yeah, a great and dominant victory for them.
Yes, for sure. They were very victorious there. Valier,
it was rhetorical.
I have to say, we were saying that Valier may not do much here, but look at this. But Valier went ahead and took gave that additional CC and extra damage right there. But so here we go, right?
Trying to get his sarcasm senses up. Oh no, players don't be playing. So what? How is he MVP? Bro has the lowest KDA on the team.
Per minute, he was doing an amazing.
He's 203. What?
Gusta mucho.
Makes sense.
MVP here.
It's like the least person that should have gotten it.
The man from 1-1, the man from Beatrix here, the gold laner for 9Z Globin, guarantee so far, playing very well with his Harriet. Even though what we have a composition for 9Z Globin who didn't have this hard engage, who didn't have this hard initiation.
Honestly, might have just been pushed alone. W freeze. Not us though. I ain't dropped no frames. That's the broadcast.
To have this follow up from damage, we were used to see Gusta always using the ultimate, using the dashes to cause damage, using the dash to farm and getting the items for 9Z Globin. That was one of the keys to victory for 9Z Globin to play versus Alpha 7 so far.
Yeah, he kind of continued on with the domination. There was a point where he was about 3K gold lead for him. So did a good job. A big shout out to going out to the Phobius as well. He was doing a great job of being able to back up a lot of the damage, keep them onto the backs while his front line was able
to
dominate. I'm absolutely
trying not to laugh.
Speechless a bit. 9Z Globin with such a great first game. I want to see this continue. I would love to see the surprise here, to see them be able to take down Alpha 7. There was a few teams that I was looking at to possibly have a different week this week. Sadly, it wasn't 9Z Globin who I was thinking was just gonna be able to wholly be able to turn this around. That game, I want to say, gives me hope. I want to see what else they have on the docket, what else they have in store. Because like I said, we heard the interview about the different things that they were kind of battling with, where it came the synergy, a coach or players on their team that just hadn't been there long enough to really build that synergy. Maybe
bro, like back into existence
of that labor.
Yeah.
And it's the freeze frames, bro. It's like the specific freeze frames is just insane.
Driving force this time around, Alpha 7 was not able to think that they can take them on, right? So I wonder if they were just preparing to dominate them like they did in the first matches. Maybe that they kind of weren't in the mind to be like, oh god, I don't think that they're able to take us on again like this. All right, we're gonna be prepared the next round. So I feel like Alpha 7's gonna give them a fight next time.
Yeah, makes total sense. And when we were talking about like the surprise for 9Z, we were saying we are talking about like the positive surprise for like there's one more team to play.
I think I let myself get like slightly drowsy right there.
It's a surprise because Alpha 7 is better. No, because we were talking about this potential. We were talking about 9Z's potential since the first weekend. That we're talking about like, okay, they're such a very good players, you know, that they're not matching each other in the play style, in the playing when we're playing together. But now we're seeing something different. Now we see a team here, a very strong team playing together. You know, for example, with Gusta Lagusta, with a very solid.
My brain already shut off a few times.
Not being crazy anymore with this first picks that we were able to play so aggressive, to play so forward, to being killed so many times, you know, to give farms and farm and go lead for the other team. We're seeing Fishing playing comfortable. We're seeing Chino playing Shiny with Fovios and other XP heroes here. So we are able to see now a different.
And then the timer don't even be accurate.
Very strong one versus not only versus Alpha 7, but probably versus any other team.
I do want to point out too. I mean, Entity 7. I think it's pretty firm that right now, according to stat-wise, they're kind of the top of the mountain right here in the South. So everybody's kind of looking, how have teams faced against them? How have teams weathered against what Entity 7 has been able to bring? Alpha 7, like I said, their only loss so far has been to Entity 7. 9Z Globant have not had the opportunity to face Entity 7 just yet. So maybe one of those random wild cards that we didn't know about, that when it comes to some of these, and there's some teams out there that when it comes to
there's more scuffed in your stream.
To teams that that bring that type of energy, sometimes there's teams that just tend to shine when they have when they're facing that type of competitive edge, because it brings out the best in them. Here, like I said, maybe we might be looking at,
I know you heard that. Good news.
It's been so hard for me to do any type of predictions or picks here for the South. When I go for one, I try to look at the stats. I try to see how the matches went last week.
It's not.
This week they're a completely different
not
team.
all of that.
Learned from their mistakes. Learned a
Bro
little
said quit coughing, and bro was making the goddamn fucking Squidward noises after.
With my correct predictions when it comes to these teams, and it's just a great energy for all of these teams to have, to know that as good as they were last week, or even with some of the shortcomings that they had last week, they'll be able to kind of come back and bounce back from that. And even if you might think that they might be at kind of the lower rung of some of these teams, they might have some surprises still in store for you. Still on the blue side, though, is a 9Z Globant. They're going to go ahead and focus off a lot of those. I think a big focus there onto a lot of Flick's hero pools when it comes to the Fanny, the Suyu taking off there, those heroes that really shine when it comes to like technical and mechanical ability, leaving like that. I always save this too, especially when I'm watching North. There's some players that I think are great. They're gifted, especially in the jungle position, that is absolutely wasted on like a Fredrin pick or something like that, where they can't just dash around or really utilize the mechanical ability like they would be able to on a successful Lancelot or like a Fanny. And then you put them on a Fredrin and it's like, okay, so they're just gonna dash forward, get all the aggro, try to find this great time to get the Appraiser's Wrath. So I do like where 9Z is here, taking away a lot of those mechanical options from Flick.
Harley here? First pick? Is that possible? They're not able to use bot. Oh, carry!
Bro.
They're making sure they secure the carry pick here. Alpha 7's
we'll have to put a fucking filter on your ass for good.
Was doing well with that Marcel, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
I'll just be saying shit.
Again.
It's a new 9Z Globant here. Now, this carry pick here, at least in the first pick, I don't know, maybe for me, maybe can be too early. Okay, but it forced now Alpha 7 to think in the draft to not take so tanky heroes, you know, because of the true damage, because of her buff. But now we're seeing Sora and Valentina.
Sora and Valentina.
The pick and the counter pick in the same team here to avoid trouble.
Yeah,
okay, so do we pick up the Fredrin?
Coming out from Alpha 7, you pick up the Sora and her counter, so that's not something as an option for 9Z Globin here. And then yeah, you've taken off, like I said, you've narrowed down, you've taken away a lot of the jungle picks from the Flick side, leaving him a lot of those heavier, tankier assassins. And then you've said, hey, and if you do decide to pick up a tanky pick, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start things off with a carry that will be able to shred you down. Though, do want to say carry, a late game hero, does need the items. It's an argument now if she's good with the Trinity or if she needs that fourth item when it comes to getting the Malefic gun so that she can have the range that she needs to. And with that, they're gonna take one of the tanky, they're gonna narrow it down even more to tank off one of the tankier picks there with the Fredrin. I believe, I mean, when it comes to junglers, you still got like Harley is still open as well. You've still got Leo as well. Boxia, yes, is open for their side. So there's still a decent amount of options for the side of Alpha 7.
Yes, I'm thinking Alpha 7 will pick up that Hera since they took the carry, so they're swapping the gold lanes here unless they ban that out or target ban that. I'm not even sure they what they'll secure for, but they did secure that Sora and Valentina, which will be hard to deal with.
As we were dealing here with the meta, which benefits, okay, now Harley for Alpha 7, okay.
See,
very interesting early
I'm getting drowsy again. They're taking too long.
Jungler. But as I was about to say, as we are dealing with a meta situation here that benefits a long period of team fight, and that is one of the reasons that most of the teams are prioritizing these tankies in the jungler like Fredrin, Boxia, for example. You know, like not only to guarantee the objectives, but to have some advantage in this team fight here that can be one of the good situations for both teams. But now we're heading in a different situation that we are seeing Harley here for Alpha 7. So Hylos, it's a banning here for Alpha 7, as I was thinking to protect carry.
Long ban phase, bruh.
9Z Globin. Arlott here, probably to the XP lane or a roaming, who knows.
Oh, okay, taking chip out was actually valid. Taking chip out was so valid here.
Other players, but now it's not going to be very easy for him. When you're facing Harley with the teleportation, when you're facing Valentina with the dashes, he has to take really care about that. Yep, is the last ban here for Alpha 7.
Private has a very specific tone that makes it hard to hear him.
It's almost easier for an Arlott. Once he gets that mark onto you, he's going to be able to dash to you.
Not, I wouldn't. Sounds like a vice grip is squeezing.
Regardless
Bro.
of your Valentina, who's dashing back and forth.
Bro, what?
Still going to be able to close the distance onto you. It almost fulfills the same thing like we had with the Phoveus pickup last when they were able to have that Phoveus get into the.
I don't know how to explain it.
Arlott, I think, lacks a little bit.
I'd rather not
damage that you want. In fact,
he just has.
Mid game, we're lacking a lot of damage from 9Z Globin with this current composition. Harley, I feel like doesn't have a great selection of targets he can really go with, except for possibly the carry. But I mean, are you wasting your time waiting on the carry, especially those first few objectives where carry most likely isn't even going to be?
Yeah, I'm not going to explain it.
Isn't even going to be around a lot of those.
Keep my thoughts to myself.
Here, big focus onto that gold lane by the side of.
We here for the ML, we ain't here for the casters.
7 gonna scoop up that Bruno.
Actually, sir, I would like to point out.
They were trying to target ban there, but I knew that they'd had that Bruno open for sure. Harley, I feel like he is going to go for that carry to make sure they don't have that late game at the end, so Bruno can shine if they end up going there. Right? So,
oh man.
The only people that he can aim for is carry. Farsa, she's pretty good at escaping, so it's gonna be hard for the Harley to catch that.
Nah, in all seriousness, it's like a 35-65. I am here for 65% is for the love of the game. Obviously, I love Mobile Legends. But the 35% is I am here for the casters, the support.
Interesting, and I agree with the idea that Arlott, when they marks at someone, he regardless any kind of a dash or
they're all good people, bro.
like that, he can chase the enemy, he can track the enemy, you know. But if marks, like for example, Harley with the teleportation, and if Harley heads back to the rest of the crew,
I like it, but
Arlott is not gonna have this damage enough to take
the
down,
feather airstrike with the balance.
He has to take care about that situation too.
I like it, but
yeah, but ladies and gentlemen,
we'll see. We'll see.
Here, 9Z Globant,
go very much go either way. We will see.
The domination from that first game. Alpha 7 has to be very quick about their thinking. This is a best of 3, so there are no room for mistakes. Next game, or this game could possibly.
What else was I about to say? I was about to say something.
Win this series for 9Z Globant.
Yeah, the last pick here from Alpha 7 comes with the Paquito with the Badan.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, all the casters, at least Xena is an amazing person. Like,
now we'll see with both teams here with the
since the fucking day I met her, she has been like an amazing person. Like, I've seen her do shit that other people don't do. Like, one thing that always stand out was
try to guarantee 2-0 here
during one of the trips,
you know, because it's versus Alpha 7.
One was this.
If Alpha 7 has back to
went
the
to
game,
Texas,
they feel confident to reverse
anime
that
convention.
situation. But
But
ladies and gentlemen, once
there's
again,
this homeless guy
welcome to the Land of Dawn. Second game here from the second match of the night. 9Z Globant versus Alpha 7. 1-0 to 9Z Globant.
She literally ran down the street as the guy, like, because he went away and we forgot that we had food. She literally ran down a block
on how fluid you and your team is with the synergy,
and healed
gets to the back line of the enemy. If he can
just to give this man food.
Entire group of them, then you
but yeah, he's an amazing person. Trex is an amazing person. He's just really cool all around. Like, he will sit there, he will talk to you, he's a vibe. Gave me a free shirt. Just cause, bro, like, just cause we talking live, he just gave me a free shirt. I'm like, fuck it, W shirt. Still have that shirt to this day, and I wear it like once in a blue moon. Don't want to wear it out. Aiko, valid person that I know. Every time we've interacted, he's been valid.
Paquito with the gold armor. Yeah,
cool dude. He's even helping me out now, like trying to get deeper in ML. He's not a caster, but he's like he was a part of the production team at first, and then like he just worked himself up to being manager of the 2 biggest fucking teams in NA right now.
Oh, he was able to take some damage, but now with the sands here of time, he is regenerating.
Steph Weezy was valid as well. I'm sad that he didn't come back, but Steph Weezy was a really cool dude. Like,
both teams are
he made me feel welcomed immediately, like, into the ML community. Like, from the day I first met him, he made me feel welcomed immediately. He always looked out. He always kept an eye out for us. So, oh, a lot of damage from on out, bro.
Gonna go ahead and get that healing in as well. Hasu actually has to go onto the back line.
Alvaro's gonna go down. It's gonna be 1-for-1. Paquito in trouble as well. Double kill for Chino. Oh, triple kill for Chino! Maniac! 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 No Maniac.
Down goes Frostlane Eve. 4-1 at the 2-minute mark for 9Z.
And they get a turtle, bruh. And they get a turtle.
Here for Alpha 7. Private Desert, they lost the turtle. They lost 4 members of the first team fight.
They're all good
and
people,
3 kills for Chino with Arlott. Luizinho guarantees the first one. Everything went so well for 9Z Global so far, at least in the first
about Trex, Wheezy.
Yeah, not just that. You're already almost looking at like a nice little stun there onto Hasu, but you're already, I think it was about a 700 gold lead already for Chino over Hasu on that Sora, so he's starting to get a little bit of a lead there.
Yeah,
he tried to answer back as Hasu went into the back line, got stunned himself. Paquito was right there as well, and unfortunately, the plays just came out from 9Z Globant, picking them apart one by one, and unfortunately, Flick just not having a great game right now. I feel like 9Z's
answer my question
job
from earlier.
of being able to isolate a lot of the picks that Flick really shines on. He's still done very well as a jungler with many of these picks outside of those, but he doesn't carry the same, I want to say,
Niso is also a valid person too, like really cool dude, but we don't get to see him because he's always doing, you know,
11K to 10K,
stuff.
4-1 in favor
Niso is a really cool
9Z
dude too.
Globin.
Pika as well.
Yeah, I agree
Though
with you.
I
And,
personally,
because Flick here, the situation for
I didn't get to
Flick,
interact with Pika
it's not that
too
easy
much yet,
because
but
he's playing
I
with
don't know a
Harley.
few
You know?
interactions.
Okay,
He's
Harley has
pretty cool.
potential for
He's
burst
alright.
damage. Harley has potential to get a flank, to get a backline, for example, you know. But for a face-to-face team fight, he doesn't have any kind of advantage. He doesn't have any kind of a situation here that can benefit. So it's not that easy. Oh, ultimate in front of Paquito.
Yeah,
now the turtle.
Their great zoning ability coming out from 9Z Globin, now trying to cut slash just misses both of them. Here comes the raging sandstorm.
Chino, no!
Mike gets taken down by that.
Could have tried to do anything. I would have tried to go in there. Dude, if I was gonna die, best believe I'm gonna go in and try to kill something. Might heal enough.
Just because I said it. It's a caster's curse here. I was saying about like how hard can be the situation for Flick. He goes there and guarantee a kill for Alpha 7. Okay, the second total was for 9Z Globin. It's still they are in the front. Once again.
Is he dead? Yellow magic comes out. It does not connect. That's unfortunate.
You
hate to see it.
1-1 right now, having a great game as this R-Lot as well. And as we start moving out of these laning phases,
What was your question from earlier, brother?
Fight territory, I think we're gonna start seeing him
can't
shine
even
with a lot
clip
of those
stuff.
final slashes, those flickers. To
Both
kind of
good
get the
teams,
team
but if Fury
grouped,
doesn't
and
run
we've been seeing
Purify,
a great positioning coming out from Fashion, getting these feathered airstrikes. Chino fighting it out with Paquito here on the bottom lane.
Yeah, but even though now Alpha 7 is working with the macro.
Yeah, that was actually a perfect combination. Fashion came in, got the immediate stun onto Upatizi.
Sinking?
Luisino
Wait, sinking lanes? You're serious?
Onto Upatizi. So he basically was in a coma for all 3 shots.
That was so long ago.
Until there was just nothing left of him but dust. Now, enforcing their way up at the top lane, starting to cut it. This might be a little too much for them as they're actually able to clean it out. Paquito doesn't come in from the flank, doesn't want any part of this fight just yet.
Yeah, they do the proxy here in the top side because I was about to say that how good the macro for Alpha 7 is still so far in this game. They were able to take
you
down
sync waves to make defending harder. You want to split their team. If all the waves come at different times, then they can. He gets it anyway. You gotta angle that a little bit better, Hesu.
They don't want this fight from Alpha 7. But as this is going on, I want to say there was a great job by Alpha 7 to push that top lane. And unfortunately, it looked like Chino had to ignore the top lane. He immediately ran down to try to help out with this fight.
Sinking waves makes it easier to push, harder to defend. Because if all the waves come at different times, then the team just bunches up on whatever wave is coming. They kill it instantly, and then they just go to the next wave and defend that side and then the other side. But if you sync it, it forces them to split up because they don't know which one you're going to commit to. You let Lord take one, you focus another one, and third one just, you know, sits solo. Sometimes you send somebody with Lord's turret, that way that they can escort it and possibly get it. And then, you know, you have your marksman commit to another turret usually as well.
In the junglers. But once again, the gold lead here not heading the way for Alpha 7, that could be a problem because we were talking about the carry. The strong late game here for a 9Z Globin is about to coming up. But now, oops.
Yeah, Feathered Airstrike comes out to provide that backup for Luisino. Ooh, Appraiser's Wrath goes very wide against Alpha 7. I think that's more or less just to kind of shoo them away from this fight here. But, man, when it comes to the tankiness right now, I mean, a firm lead right now for 9Z Globin. Gold starting to even out. This is something that we talk about when it comes to like getting some of these kills and stuff like that. Are we enabling objectives? And if we're taking a look at this map, Alpha 7 has 2 towers that they've been able to get down despite being 2 kills behind.
Yeah, so both 2 turrets now so far for Alpha 7. The first Lord here heading the upper side of the river. Alpha 7 has a good domination, has a good position.
I don't know, there's just so much standstill. I feel like they should have done something.
Do the face check, but here
oh, man.
Yeah, Luisino was dabbling around that bush there. Didn't want to go in there. The entirety of the team of Alpha 7 comes in, jumps onto him. Are not able to get the kill just yet. Alburo Crazy trying to bait something out against 3 members of Alpha 7.
They used everything though, so when they get back, they need to pull that trigger. They need to pull that trigger.
Already Upatizi on that Bruno, just firing off rockets. They're just waiting to be able to find this good. Ooh, Alburo Crazy walks into a bush with 2 of them, but the Lord has been reset. Hasu takes a little bit of damage there from Lewis. On the back end, we have a fist that lands on the Chino.
Chino's down.
No slash is out, but he takes a dangerous magic.
They're too spread, bro. They're too spread.
Alpha 7 have turned this around. 2 down for 9Z Globin. Now trying to latch on to Alburo Crazy.
Yeah, keep an eye on the time, bro.
Alpha 7 finding the kills, finding the breaches here. The chances to get back in the game. Not only that, now the goal lead has just a little bit for Alpha 7, and more important than that, the Lord is for Alpha 7. 1 more advantage, 1 more map domination for the guys from Alpha 7. Now they're taking down the turret number 1 here in the mid lane. No, just because I said it once again. They are feather airstrike here to clean the minion waves. It is still standing up, but there is no turret number 2 in the top side for 9Z Globin. Almost 11 minutes here in the second game.
Notice how
completely different
Carry kept that 1 minion there.
Playing forward, is playing confident, and they are heading for more.
Longer.
Yeah, it feels like
it's so that the wave pushes up more and that they have less time to sink it.
On to what strategy they wanted to do, which was that. Oh, actually.
So that Lord is gonna touch a little early, and it's probably gonna die.
But they're starting to maintain. They understand that they might not have the greatest of early games, but they just need to be patient and to continue on. Here, they've been taking some losses, but they were able to macro up, continuing to get those towers on the side, even though they were about 2 kills down of a 7-killed game right now. So 5-5 right now. We're at the 11-minute mark.
Thou shutteth the fuck up.
Yeah, no, I'm about to get on there. They said, quit your monkeying business over there.
Here for Alpha 7, 5-5 so far, but the map domination, it goes clearly for Alpha 7. Malefic Gun, the Berserker Fury, and has for Bruno. While we have the Trinity Core for Carry. The 3 items, Corrosion Sight, Golden Staff, Demon Hunter. So, for me, I believe that Alpha 7 has to finish this game as faster as they can, because the clock is ticking, because of this carry, because of how much time Khalid can buy for Gusto, Lagusa Shine, and also Luisinho and Chino. So Alpha 7 has to be aware about that situation.
Bro says stop making monkey.
Ooh, actually, Luisino might have been caught here, taking the heap of damage. Down comes the appraisers.
Go ahead, the Black House one's on. Oh, punish them.
Trying to zone out the rest of Alpha 7, who is backing up, and a great job by Alpha 7. Go in, try to find themselves the gank. They aren't able to, and wisely.
Good defense so far. Damn, they turned this into a 4.1K lead, and I don't think they come back.
That's what I'm talking about. Alpha 7.
I don't know. They just
players on the last try.
They're getting the plays in the early game. They're just not turning it into map pressure. And that's what's giving Alpha 7 the time and means to make these comebacks. They're just not turning it into pressure.
Anymore. except from the early game here that he was able to get the kills. He was able to.
This is why you don't go for kills, because if you just going for kills, you don't get nothing, and the game can just flip at any moment. You go for objectives, you get kills as the bonus. If they want to contest an objective that you have control of, that's when you go for a kill. Look at this.
Even though the gold lead for Alpha 7 and the map domination. But oops, Paquito, what were you doing there?
He was trying to find a way, bro. Oh, Albedo in trouble. Taking a lot of damage there.
Magic damage for him on the side of Alpha 7. Now, trying to weed around the Lord, bait it into a fight. I'm pretty sure Alpha 7 is comfortable. They want this fight. They want to just bait out this Lord as well. Now
they're gonna see this Khalid. Watch, they're gonna rush it. They're gonna rush it immediately. Immediately. Oh, he stole! Run! Don't know. Oh man, get out! No, run! Albedo, get out! You fool! Brother.
A little bit of breathing room.
What a beautiful stealing here from Lord. A worthy sacrifice for Luizinho to guarantee the Lord for 9Z Globen. Once again, it buys more time for 9Z Globen. One more item for carry. Now the gold meteor. While Bruno is trying to finish the fourth.
I'm mad that she didn't go for
now we're seeing a carry that can impact
gun.
for 9Z Globen. Look up Paquito. Paquito is in the bush. He's trying to surprise anyone. Burrow Crazy didn't go to the bush, but now Paquito is able to go out.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my days.
Speaking of which, Paquito gets taken down by Gusta La Gusta. 1-0 and 2. You see the wishing lantern.
Somebody need to escort that Lord.
Now a big push.
That Lord's gonna die. They can at least get mid and possibly second on the top.
You can see Luisino picking up that purple buff. Does find the retry on it as well, and he walks past the mid tower. The rest of his team goes in on to this red buff. Tier 2 tower up at the top. The rest of 9Z Globen zoning out Alpha 7. Gusta Lagusta on fire now. If Alpha 7 is not able to find an answer to get to this carry, great zoning.
Yeah, being a little greedy.
Now,
being a little greedy here.
Damage coming out.
Oh, he might be dead. He might be dead. Yep.
Who gets taken out by the deadly
Run.
magic?
They tried to force it. That was the problem. No need to force that.
They were trying to take down the turret. Oh, here comes the chase.
Yeah, they're trying to go after Albedo. Oh, Chino and Gusta Lagusta might be in trouble here. Gusta Lagusta not able to find himself an escape. Albedo Crazy comes in, and just like that, Alpha 7 turned it around. An 8-6 game right now. 9Z Globen beginning to reel a 4K gold lead for Alpha 7 now with the Lord. Just high ground towers protecting the 9Z Globen.
Another airstrike.
Now you're going to see a little bit of the zone out. Here comes the feather airstrike for Fashion to clear out those minions at the top.
Nassau has the using the ultimate for nothing. He was
giving you
here, but
Unite
could be in trouble.
PSD?
No, because Upatizen is heading, playing together with Paquito here. But now both teams are heading for the next Lord. The next Lord here. That could be the crucial one. That could be the most important of their lives. 9Z Globen is still standing. One more item now. Chesta's Podron for Paquito. And now, the Lord is in the pit. The Lord is in the downside of the river. Both teams with the 5 players could be the epic team fight here, my friend Private.
I think we only got 2 best of 3s tonight for University Legends.
Whoever wins this fight might be able to secure this game. The other team really has a huge securing lead there. You see Gusta already starting to rain some damage down. Hasn't activated that speedy light wheel just yet. Down to 50%. Is the rest of the team ready in a good position? Down to about 25%. In comes the ultimate. The feathered airstrike is out. Flicker.
He's there. He's there for it.
Down to 10%.
Nice! Get out. They gotta get out. They gotta get out. They gotta get out. Chino, run for your fucking life! W carry. W carry. That speedy light. That not the speedy light. Well, that That skill one, bruh.
Who come in, get the Lord, and run for the hills.
Why become best of two? Because this is
one thing I know for sure, my
this is to
heart
decide.
can't stand it.
This
My
isn't deciding a
goodness, what
seed.
frenetic,
That's why.
what a
So
chaotic team
these
fight
two
once
teams is
again.
gonna play tomorrow
9Z
against
Global
somebody else to decide what
guarantees the
seed
Lord
they go
the
to.
last
It's
item
only
for
best
a
of 5
carry.
when it's
He
seed
guaranteed
selection.
now the malefic gun to get more range for a true damage. But now here comes 9Z
So the next series
Global
is gonna,
in the
because they're
mid lane.
fighting for the bottom seed, seed 8, I believe, they're gonna be a best of 5. But these two aren't fighting for a seed right now. They're still fighting to see who's gonna go against who for seeds, like I want to say 4 and 5.
There comes with that might be it. Deadly Magic is able to take down Luis and Ho with the help of
Do you get this turret though? Mink, they cracked base though. They cracked base. It's gonna be a 20-minute game, but they cracked base. That's a win.
But I feel like this could have been much worse and a great defense for Alpha 7.
I have a feeling that it's going to be a long fight. It's going to be a long game here so far because Luisino was taken down, but at least 9Z guarantees super minions in the top lane here. And now both teams are heading for the jungler as faster as they can. Alpha 7 is trying to
What the hell are you doing?
To have one or more
bro
to now let them let the chance to take down the turret here. But now here comes the Feather Airstrike to clean the minion wave. They found nothing. They find nothing here for Alpha 7. So 9Z Global defend the high ground here so far.
Yeah, high ground towers there as we take a look at the
I don't get it off the system now.
K gold lead here by Flick on this Harley, rocking a 4, 1, and a 3. 2, 1, and 5 on Upatizi. He's just gotten his Trinity build, or he's just gotten his Trinity build as well. He does have the Demon Hunter sword with.
Why does Val copying Khalid? Probably because they need a different initiation.
Well, so he's gonna have a little bit more survivability when he goes in there. We see that Holy Crystal picked up by Fashion. I feel like Fashion,
or maybe to get out of certain situations. I don't know.
On some of these feathered airstrikes, they do a great job of zoning out Alpha 7, but when it comes to actually pouring on the damage, I feel like we've been. I feel like that's the price you pay if you're gonna be safe on the.
Bro, you need to bomb more.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. The feathered airstrikes would be a better option, but I guess not.
To be able to get to that back line and really punish you for it. 6 and 9, 61K to 56K, featuring Alpha 7.
They're still ahead, even though they're 4.4K ahead. I mean, at this point, the gold lead doesn't matter.
100K HP Lord is once again on the pitch now in the upper side. Both teams are aware about that. Now here comes the dance for the Lord. The dance that can be the final one.
He's gonna get out with the lightning.
Has to get away, still has the immortality. Now you don't have the feathered airstrike from Fashion.
That's alright. That's gonna be back up in like another 15 seconds. They're fine. Their ultimates are very short cooldown, so they can make attempts like that.
Burrow crazy, pushing up that bottom lane to keep that macro up for his team. Joins up at mid lane, putting a little bit of pressure on.
Same with the final slash, like 15, 20 seconds
Harley
cooldown.
on to him. It does not put enough damage on him. You see that immortality is still out there. Still had that sand healing. Does Burrow crazy. Now playing the Lord dance, the waltz.
Oh no!
Chino takes a E, but
Chino's in trouble.
Magic. Chino has that immortality.
Flickers.
Down comes the feathered
airstrike. Feather airstrike doing a lot of damage. Look at Albro trying to wrap around. Sora's unable to connect.
Damage onto Luisino. Now both teams, we see 3 healthy members of 9Z Global here at the mid, looking to take their.
They need to play this bottom lane, bro. Somebody needs to play this bottom lane.
Do we have the safety here to protect Gusta Lagusta?
It's in favor of 9Z Global. I would stall this. Let it reset. No! Wait. They might get Paquito. Has to use immortality. Oh. Chino in trouble. Chino's in trouble. Chino goes down.
But TZ finds the kill on onto Chino.
And they're just gonna reset, bro.
And Luisino now attacking the Lord.
Oh, but look at the minions, bro. The minion stacks.
Oh, Alberto crazy.
Oh, are you gonna give up? Are you gonna give up your lane? They're just rushing it, bro. They're just rushing it. He's not gonna make it. And are they gonna lose lane too? Are they gonna lose base? The minions, bro. There's no way.
Run for your lives, 9Z Globin, because Alpha 7.
They lost their turret too, bro. They almost lost base. They almost lost base as well.
My goodness.
All while this was going on, minions
were
man. At the base. It's down to
oh man, fucking minions is fucking them up. That might be GG, bro. Chino's gonna be back up for this push, and it's gonna be frozen long enough. Look at that wave on top side. They can stall this Lord a good amount.
They had to relent, had to go ahead and get onto that back foot to try to protect it, and that's what comes down with having two high ground towers down at both ends. Lord up at top, pressure starting to mount at mid and bottom. Flick looking for an answer on his side.
Maybe not so long. They didn't sync bot.
On his side.
Man, they might have to reset.
Luisino comes on to Jesus.
Oh, we're just diving in. Okay. All right. Oh, he messed it up. He messed up the combo. A lot of damage. Chino in trouble. Chino's gonna go down.
The rest of Alpha 7 have to regroup underneath the base, but doing a great job of rotating, getting them coming back to the fight. It does force 9Z Globin.
Unfortunately, though, this next Lord fight is in the favor of 9Z Globin.
They defend the base.
It's in favor of 9Z, bro.
The minions here with the shadows trying to take down the base, letting with only 25%.
Yeah, honestly, if Frost
regenerating itself,
I can't
now
never
it's
say that
almost
name.
with a
Frost
half HP, sorry, just a little bit higher than that actually. But now both teams are fighting once again. The next Lord, 30 seconds remain. Alberto crazy, always trying to get the info.
If they take the freaking feathered airstrike, they might be fine, bro. They might actually be fine.
It is working so far,
I don't
but
know.
9Z has to take care. Both teams now are using the spells, using the flickers to trying to find the best angle, trying to find the best choice here, best chance for the next team fight. But now
what it might be is that Valentina can't find Farsa in time. It made me, I think that's what it is. Machine is just doing such a good job being so far out of sight of this Valentina.
But now the next Lord
because
is almost
Machine is never in these fights, to be honest
with you. That could be the battle of their lives.
So what I see is Chino keeps coming in here to try to bait out some of these fights. When he does that, Fashion rains down with the feathered airstrike. Even though, we do a concealed play coming out here. Paquito trying to go.
Look how far she is. She's never in sight. Alvaro's always in sight. They're gonna have to go in. They gotta go in.
You see the CC kind of coming down. That Lord down to 10%. Who's gonna be able to get it?
Oh no. Okay. All right. One goes down. Oh, he just found a flicker though. They just found two flickers. They found two flickers. Oh no!
With a soccer ball to the face, and that is going to be 2 down for 9Z.
Ah, that might. Is that it? Is that all?
9Z Globin have enough in the tank to stave off this push from Alpha 7.
It was a painful kick here for Bruno in front of Chino's face to guarantee the kill. And now the Lord is heading for Alpha 7. 27 minutes of game here. 13 kills for Alpha 7. The Lord heading in the top side with the 2 players last for 9Z Globin.
It's slow pushing.
They be able to defend the base, to defend the turret. Okay,
I think Louisenho will be up in time, which is going to make a huge difference. Yeah, Louise and Ho is gonna be up. They might lose this inhib. They are gonna lose this inhib. It's not even a matter of question.
So that they're not all crashing.
Khalid, return to your home. Your team needs you.
The best that they can to try to macro up those lanes. Mid lane's gonna start pushing as well. Top lane being guided there by Upa.
Yeah, Louise and Ho's gonna be up in time. Gets the vision. That turret's gonna drop.
The damage coming out from Upa is more than enough.
But they should be able to defend everything else.
Now they're gonna turn their attention to the purple buff of 9Z Globin. Down goes the Lord. Pressured, mounting at mid. Huge
Appraiser's Wrath.
Do have an Appraiser's Wrath that comes down from Luisino. No worse for wear. Almost still full health at the top or the mid and bottom.
It's crazy because freaking 9Z, despite all of that, they are still very much in this match. They still have the advantage. They just need some time to play this bottom lane. If they play this bottom lane and let it stack, they will be golden going into this next Lord. But they just need to have it stack. And I believe it's going to stack. They might be looking for a pick here. They might look for a pick here. You have to get a pick here.
Crazy can't be surprised.
They're all coming.
With 2 players from Alpha 7. Every step here can be the last for both teams. But now we're seeing Paquito. Paquito is in the mid lane. He can surprise anyone.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Okay. So much happening. So much happening. Deadly Magic is gonna hit. It's gonna take out Chino. I think Alpha might have won. I feel like Alpha might have won, bro. So y'all might as well just go for a back door.
Trying to pick up this Lord. The rest of 9Z Globin stuck trying to clean up these lanes.
Oh, Photo Crazy.
Crazy takes a heap of damage. Luisino comes in looking for an angle.
Don't do it, bro. They see you, brother. They see you, brother. You're not getting in. Alvaro's taking so much damage, bro. It's not happening. It's not happening. Y'all might as well have just pushed off that back lane, bro.
Have to back up, and this is another Lord for Alpha 7.
Another Lord for Alpha 7 here, almost 30 minutes of the game.
They can still defend though, because it's only gonna march down top. They just defend almost exactly how they just did. They'll be fine. Oh man, what's up, base? Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. This is actually a really good match.
But even though 9Z Globin has some win
Alpha 7's holding point. It can go either way. Globin had the advantage. They goof.
Trying the flank, trying the back line here, forcing
everybody's up though. All ults are up. All battle spells.
Here they come. Both teams. One for attack.
Almost stopped for 9Z Globin.
Yeah, they want to go ahead and press the advantage down at the bottom lane.
They should be able to defend. They didn't sync waves up perfectly, so.
The Lord at top is being stopped by these huge minions because there's no high ground tower up at top. So it keeps lingering, keeps stopping, and that's giving 9Z Globin enough time to clear all these
airstrike should come out.
At a time. Not just that, but you also have
now he's just gonna let that fall.
Well. Mid tower is down. Just one more high ground tower for the side of 9Z Globin. Here comes the
oh, no way! And he still gets out, bro. If they would have got Upa, yeah, no, that's GG. That's GG. That might be GG. It's out the Gusta Lagusta. Oh, W flicker. Yeah, no, that's it. That might be it. Yeah. Wait, it's not over till it's over, and it's over. It's over. It was such a good match, though. That was such a good match.
Alpha 7 here after a chaotic fight, a chaotic
30-minute match, bro.
30 minutes, and now everything is even 1-1.
Oh man.
Let me take a breath here because my heart can't stand that, Xena. My heart can't stand.
Wow, what a back and forth there. 9Z was showing their dominance at first in the early game there. They took all the turtles, right? The objectives there, but that didn't make a dent to Alpha 7 there because they still stayed the same with kills and gold close to the same. there, but all of that, it's all
they just don't play objective early. That's they get neutral objectives. They just don't force turrets though in the early game. Had they forced the turrets in the early game, they would have been fine. They would have snowballed way faster. But I don't know. They seem to.
This was
they don't hit the gas on turrets.
What the win conditions were for you and the enemy team, and trying to stop that.
But even at a huge deficit, 9Z Globin like really was able to hold off for a very long time. Extreme deficit too. So if they can just like pull ahead in that early game and play the objectives, get the turrets, open up map, they'll be fine.
3-man fist cracks that last fight. He was able to surprise Fashion on the Farja to get that fist.
30 minutes and a combined of 21 kills. That's pro for you. They don't go for high kills. Like
was doing such a great job of going out there, baiting out their abilities.
Don't go for high kills.
Rain down those feathered airstrikes and really chew up Alpha 7. After they realized
I want your tower. Yeah, tower's objective. Tower's objective.
Stringent on these fights. They really allowed Paquito to kind of get into position to really help them with some of these fights.
It's like as far as like team fights go, it's like they do good in it. They just don't convert the kills that they get or the goal lead that they get into pushing the turrets.
They started with they started with a very interesting early game here. Guaranteed the 3 turtles.
Not saying that they play for kills, but they just don't convert.
You know, while Alpha 7 was working more in a macro game, guaranteeing like taking down the turret, like gain the map domination. But that was a point here when 9.
I wish they would have showed it earlier. They probably did show it earlier in the game. I just wasn't paying attention. But
the right choices, the right chances.
like if you looked at this game, you'd see they were ahead by a good amount. But like in terms of turrets, they were behind.
Louisinho here with the Fredring is stealing Lords. Guaranteed another ones here to let 9Z Globant fight more comfortable. But even though Alpha 7
and so, I want to put somebody like some of these fights was on Chino getting picked, bro. Like Chino just needed to stop getting picked, and they would have been fine, bro.
30 minutes. There was a time that we saw the base with a 25% of the HP here for Alpha 7. There was almost a victory for 9Z.
Almost every time is always Chino getting bursted down or dead first.
Guaranteeing everything even so far. 1-1 here in this best of 3.
Yeah, it was a great game there. You can see here, I think this is when that the flank came in. And if we see one more fight, I think we're going to see where Paquito was able to really hunker down onto Fashion for that last push. That absolutely, oh yeah, I think this is where it is. Comes in, fist crack at the bottom, and Fashion is down for the count. A great fist crack there coming out from Paquito to really take away the hugest amount of damage on 9Z Globin, and especially when it comes to clearing speed for their team.
All right, no hesitation and no wasted movement, just pure efficiency. Let's take a look at our MVP here. It's Flick.
716. That whole game, only one death, bro.
114.7k total damage and 803 gold per minute. He only died once.
Only once, more than 140k of total damage. But Flick, you know what? You have to buy a pizza for Paquito because he was one of the very good responsibles here for guarantee this a victory. But once again, with a very strong Harley, guarantee not only the early game because we saw 9Z Globin dominating the pace, but even though we are seeing a Harley with a very high positive KDA so far for Alpha 7, proving that Flick are versatile when it comes to many different heroes. When it comes to jungle with tankies, when it comes to assassins, when it comes to magic damage, he's versatile to play with many heroes in the jungler.
Yeah, I mean, a great game. Even every single time that Paquito went in, was able to get the flank, was able to get the surprise.
I don't know if we're gonna have time for the last game.
With that deadly magic.
It depends how long they take to start.
Really, yeah, see, even here, he was able to kind of get that.
They start within like the next 5 minutes. We might have enough time. Next 5-10 minutes, we'll have time.
For Alpha 7. So great job there by
Matches start at 8:30.
And really proving, like you said, he's got a great pool when it comes to these junglers. He's very versatile. So I mean, I'm kind of wondering wondering where you go from here because they tried to ban out a lot of those.
I start preparing now, honestly.
And still able to come back with the Harley that I thought he might be kind of struggling a little bit with.
Well, Harley is a meta character right now, so the way he can go in and out and able to avoid being taken down is pretty good at this moment. But yeah, 9Z tried to ban out all of his heroes and didn't. That apparently is not working for them. You think they're gonna go with a different strategy here? Maybe they're gonna start banning out just the meta heroes in general. The fact that they let out a Harley, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and another point here that we have to consider about is going to be a very hard challenge for both teams because we came out of the first game, which was like fast. Anyhow, somehow it was fast.
Just starting to get ready now.
The second one,
possibly milk out a little bit more time to get one more game in.
It can be very.
Probably not going to be able to watch the last series at all, though.
Both teams now are trying to take a breath, you know, like to calm down for this third and very important game, especially for.
It is hard to kill Harley though, so that makes sense.
So far.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
they just didn't have the lockdown. I guess they need it.
Of the night, but I want to say this is 9Z Globin have shown great resilience when it comes to these matches against Alpha 7. Definitely a different team than they faced the first time around as well. And I'm not even sure the draft was the problem, especially when you're talking about like a 30-minute game. 9Z Global did what they were supposed to. Unfortunately, I feel like
I really do feel like it just came down to Chino just getting kicked and bursted too fast, bro.
For somebody to make a mistake. You're waiting for somebody to see those little cracks in the armor that come out of it. I feel like both teams executed what they wanted to out of these drafts. It's just like I said at the end, that was a coin flip. It came from anybody who would have won those Lord fights. It was immediately going to be a push for the win there. It's just these great high risk, high reward plays coming out from Paquito to get these huge I'm not talking about like a small, like he was halfway across the map trying to get around to find the flanks on some of these fights, which was just huge.
It's also for that reason why I like to play the off lane so much. Like when it comes to like late game,
problem or that a better pick would have changed it.
Like
I feel
if you have just the weight in your favor, like you got super minions. I like to play that lane even early, so that way you give them less time to react.
Yeah, the one mistake could be all that matters. I noticed that
when it freezes closer to your base, they're not going to worry about it so much. Yeah, it might stack up, but that also depends on whether or not you can control the Lord pit for that long. But if you just want somebody to go back and defend immediately, you just clear.
And the Khalib are missing a lot from those.
Or even slow clear it.
That was probably a big factor. The fact that they knew how to work well together.
So much for starting in 5 minutes. Can we start in the next 5 minutes?
In that full team fight with 5 men.
Yeah, that was very well noticed to hear, Zena, because I was thinking about that. Sorry, when I saw Carry as the first pick here for 9Z Globin, I was thinking like, okay, it's a good pick, it's a good choice, but it lets Alpha 7 to study a draft, to do a draft, you know, with not so many heroes that can benefit Carry. Okay, we're talking about a true damage hero. Even though it is a tanky or not, you know, a Carry is going to melt out anyone that she sees in front of her.
A sound soul.
It comes with a composition with Alpha 7 that brought
happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you, Menzu Akari, for the follow and the anniversary wishes. We still gotta have some kind of celebration for it, but we've been so busy with Mobile Legends stuff that we just have not gotten to it. I don't even know. I can't say next weekend because freaking playoffs start next weekend. But I will have more time on my hand because I won't be doing this Will I be doing this tourney next week? I will be doing this University Legends next weekend as well.
That we didn't talk too much about.
We're doing quarterfinals
because he didn't show
this
up.
weekend,
He couldn't
and then
show up.
semis.
He was really neutralized with Gary. But now let's see what is going
Legends.
to happen in this final game. It's a best of 3. Alpha 7 in the blue side, 9Z Globen in the red side. Oh my goodness.
I feel like we touched on a little bit of it.
You watching AMER tourney? Yeah, we're watching AMER tourney. We're gonna watch one more game, hopefully. But after that, we're gonna be done for the night. We're not gonna be able to watch the last series as I have to cast for the University Legends Community Tournament. That starts at like 8:30, so I'm kind of already pushing it. Well, I'm not pushing it. I still got 45 minutes. But, like, I don't want to push it too far and just be unprepared.
The damage really raining onto them, and once the fight started going into their favor, that is when you would have.
Speaking of, I didn't even message.
Trying to lay down the damage on it. Yeah. Unfortunately, it had to play like that. We didn't have any real front-facing initiations that I thought we were going to have, like where we would have the Fredrin and possibly a final slash. I felt like Alpha 7 did a good job of understanding that, all right, we're going to need to be very spread out so that we're not getting caught with like these abilities that are like we're not ube strat. We're not trying to everybody in a tight little circle that's going to allow this final slash to come out. So they did a great job of being able, like I said, to play to their strengths. At first, like I said, once they were able to figure out what they needed to do to stop letting Chino bait them into these fights, they were able to have a lot smoother of a game. Now we move on to the last game point here for Alpha 7 taking on 9Z. We're gonna have Zushin out there right now. Finally, again, I wonder. This is kind of
now we have Yo versus
where when you look at the band, you're like, Zushin, do we have the plan for it? Hey, I've seen some very surprising things from 9Z Globit today, and heck, why not throw an ability to defend against Zushin? Do we have the back lane hookup? Because it's not going to be the Harley. We're not going to be able to get
nothing
back
crazy.
there.
Zartabi, what's up, brother?
I believe we still have.
I just got back into the game last week after being gone for 3 months, trying to get good again, but have to solo queue and end up with. Yeah, I hear you. Solo queue is hell. I don't blame you. I hate soloing too.
Are we closing the distance on Zushin?
Yes, Zushin is unstoppable. Well, she's stoppable, but she's
okay, we're seeing a Marcel on Z Globen.
Go against for the fact that her CC is amazing and the fact
we got a Jushin, but we also have
bro.
All right,
so they're going ahead and picking up that Marcel and Suyu.
So you thought about my offer $10 for you to go pro? Month, $10 a month. You turn to like 50, 100. We'll do 50 contract for 50 for now until we know we make a team and do good. And then, you know, after we do good, we gotta up it to like 1K a month.
In Bodo Crazy's hands. Let's see how they handle today with this composition. But now the response for Alpha 7, it comes with Leo Mart and
1K a month.
Alright, so as a
plus
here for getting the back line,
tournament winnings
with a 9Z headings for a
but
Kimi,
you get a percentage out of the tournament winnings.
Them, sorry. So that is a kind of this is quite interesting so far.
Okay, we go with the Kimmy pickup here. I'm just a little nervous.
I'm gonna start turning into stream more. I've been tripping lately. Nah, you're good. I appreciate as much as you be here. It's enough.
I guess
I
understand.
You don't gotta
if
stress
you're looking for something in the mid that does have a little bit of disengage, maybe personally, maybe a Linux could have come out there, but you don't really have the tankiness that you're looking that Linux.
But no, I completely understand the frustration with playing with randoms. Who you rooting for? Honestly, I'm not by it. 9Z Globit is popping off today, but I'm not really gunning for either team.
The Tarizla out there. Both of those have been big pairings for Marcel for a lot of his victories, especially if you're using him offensively. We do know that when it comes to their
looking at these drafts though,
9Z Globin would use him more passively to help his
I would like to see the Marcel get utilized properly. He hasn't been having the best track record in, you know, comp play, as most of you guys know.
We're really gonna need to be able to kind of get in there and utilize these stuns.
Those yawning again. Gotta get it out before I start casting.
To possibly bait down a lot of the time that Leo Mort has with his Phantom Steed as well. It's going to be very interesting. I want to say I'm very much looking forward to see if we can scrounge something together with this Marcel pick. I do like that Alpha 7 took off like the big pairings off the board so that they're not going to have that with Marcel.
Yeah, they did take that Guinevere and Terizla out from there. So, but we did say that 9Z had done it without them. So they may be able to do well. They might have found the recipe for the use of Marcel that we do not know of. They went ahead and banned that Alice here to make sure they get rid of that tanky, annoying mage for them to deal with, right? So let's see what else they are going to choose here. They still need that the gold laner here for Alpha 7 as well as their roamer. And then maybe a gold lane, unless they play Kimmy in that gold lane, but they still have that chance at either picking that gold or mid. Who knows?
It has the.
I really don't watch the tournaments if you're not watching them. I see. I see. I mean, I appreciate you watching with me then. You know, I was explaining earlier, we're like 35% here to support our fellow streamers, friends / casters, Xena, Private, Drex, Layla Bay now. Once upon a time, Steph Weezy, but
assuming there is still gold lane lacking and the roaming. Maybe
and Kronos.
that it wasn't choosing yet for Alpha 7.
Kronos also.
That it could be very interesting here. They're not allowed to use they can choose the lead is another example to the gold lane here,
and then 65% because
still,
you know love of the game.
I'm kind of lost. Oh, Moscow
/ love of the competitive scene.
Okay, good.
I don't know, both teams are pretty stacked, bro.
The Claude was
both teams are stacked.
Global here, but I have to think about like this global ultimate for Moscow that he can join the team fight anytime that he wants.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a game point as we take a last look at the final mock-up of the compositions.
Me plus you and 3 others, all we need. My stars are stuck. I haven't played in a few days, bro.
And the Marcel open for it.
Still looking, still haven't grabbed my phone.
Favorable when it comes to the stats for
hopefully
than Marcel, who
tomorrow I do it.
Have struggled to be
I should have a bit of time. I'm gonna fall asleep like as soon as I'm done casting tonight. I'm going to fall asleep.
Actually, both of these teams, 9Z Globin and
I've only slept for like an hour.
Been very successful.
Hour in the past 48 hours.
You know that 9Z Globin looking to duplicate that here.
It is the final
proof.
Who's Marcel is going to be the best one here. It's for Alpha 7 or a 9Z Globin. But guys, let's go.
Wait, you're casting universe community tournament. And I'm gonna be helping with MWI's production for the open qualifier, but then AMER is gonna take over for
this is one of
the rest of the series. So, like open qualifier, I believe it is the 15th of May to 22nd. Probably not gonna be helping that first day.
Like I said,
I might still try to run out of work and come do it anyway, depending on how long they think it's gonna last. As long as it's between like 7 o'clock and 12.
More often than not,
because I'm gonna be away for work, but I'll run home, stay for a few hours, and run back.
A a lot of pushing coming out from the side of Alpha 7 to already make themselves a nuisance, make sure that they are constantly putting this pressure on.
But yeah, we're gonna be casting for that.
I have a feeling
like
that 90
the next 35 minutes, which is why this is gonna be our last match that we watch tonight. If this goes by quickly.
Pick here, the Marcel situation.
You played that new anime game yet? Everness to Neverness to Everness, or Everness to Neverness, whichever one. I think it's NT. Yeah, NTE. So Everness to Everness.
2v1 here in mid lane, but Frost never is able to.
I have not. I looked into it. It honestly looks like an awesome game, but it is a gacha-based game. I don't like gacha-based games. I really don't.
But Keto now is forced to head back in the base.
I have to pay money to play a game.
But now Luizinho is just trying to steal the
I have to constantly keep paying money.
Oh, the Leaser.
Yeah.
To get access
you can already have,
to different contents of the game instead of paying.
I mean, Frostbite Eve by
I don't like
himself is able to hold off 3 members at mid. He even gets a little bit of a push and damage on the Fashion there as well. Bequito on the back end. Chino looking for that split. Out comes the Phantom Steed. Flick able to find himself a kill onto the Lord. Frostbite Eve finds a kill as well. It's going to be 1 in the pocket and a turtle for Alpha 7.
That is the
I think Alpha 7's done playing around now.
About. With the ultimate, he was able to join the team fight, guarantee the first turtle, guarantee the first kill for Alpha 7.
The gacha part is guaranteed, so you can't lose on characters. What do you mean?
Okay, trying to play safe, trying to play reactive. Is this the best idea for their composition? I'm not sure.
I feel like, especially when you've got.
It's not even that. I just don't like games where I have to play like.
Crazy in trouble. Out comes the glorious pathway from Paquito. Crazy
like,
is able to find himself
recreated
such a great
character. I don't know how to explain that.
Alpha 7, I feel
because it's like I can play story games, but like when it comes to open world free roam games,
to kind of sit back and let things happen, you kind of just need to keep farming.
Like I feel like it just gives a Wuthering Wave slash Genshin vibe with extra steps.
Freezing Paquito down, Crazy. That's a very interesting, choice of use for that ultimate. There's like, I almost kind of feel like it was a little bit of a waste of his ultimate there. Now, like there wasn't a point where I thought, oh, this is actually they're gonna get the kill on this or what have you. So very interesting.
There was another game that did that allowed you to create your other character but used other characters. I don't think it was Neverness to Everness though. It was a different game.
Now waiting for the second one, 17 seconds left. Both teams are working on the mid lane here to cause pressure to
have to keep an eye on time.
Waves, but now we can have a 3v3 situation in the river.
Yeah, now you see Albero.
I'm trying to torrent. No, literally, that's the thing. Is I feel like those of us that play torrent are just like we are used to the freedom of doing whatever we want. Like we don't want to be locked into having to play like very specific way. W Spear.
SOD does come out on the top lane all the way. Crazy. A little bit of an engagement comes out here from the side of Chino and Paquito fighting off in this purple. I believe that buff, I can't tell who actually got
Power
that
Fantasy
buff,
was it?
but I want to say 9Z Globate, they're not able to get these objectives. They're not even fighting for it. Oh, we do.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna hit.
Coming
too
out
far
to freeze up Hesu. And like I said, right now, I'm just not feeling the usefulness of some of these ultimates coming out from Albero Crazy. We're not really out of the laning phase, and I feel like once we get into a lot of these team fights, that will become a little bit more evidence is how well he can use a lot of these golden hours. 5-minute mark, still 1-0 in favor of Alpha 7.
Yeah, and the fact is, it is all that Alpha 7 wanted to, all that Alpha 7 preferred to play aggressive, play forward. As we're seeing the gold lead here, almost 2k for Alpha 7. Okay, just 1 kill in Frost Laneve's hand, but the gold lead here and the confidence for Alpha 7 to like play, not only carrying about like the response for 9Z Globant, they engage that can come out from the other side because we don't have, because you're playing with a Glue, you're playing with a Marcel. Okay, they have the golden hour, they have this crowd control. But for engage, we are seeing so far that it's not working. But oops, Here come.
Yeah, Luisino is gonna have to get out of there. We do have the Phantom Steed coming out.
Oh,
Luisino
you're not
in
getting
trouble,
out. You're dead.
chased down and gunned down underneath his tower. Now big
You're
guy
also
coming on
dead,
to
bruh.
Chino, who is not long for this world. 3-0
Alpha 7 is
for Alpha 7. Up at the top, another glorious.
What was I about to say? Oh, also another reason why I don't like gacha games is because they are purely money grabs. That's like, and I'd say that in the least respectful way possible. Because specifically with Neverness to Everness, that is a prime example of a game that could have been a masterpiece had you created customizable characters, MMO, open world.
And in the bottom side here for the Alpha
that would have
17.
been one of the greatest games to ever existed. But because companies are lazy now, and freaking Genshin has paid half for this lame kind of gaming gacha system, everyone wants to follow suit because it makes a lot of money. And that's boring.
The mid first tiered 1 tower as well. That's going to be
with the exception of Star Rail. I don't mind it in Star Rail's case because it's a turn-based game.
Able to find an answer just yet.
Like, I actually enjoy Star Rail.
So
like, I don't mind it because that's like
it's
turn-based.
The first line of
actually feels like a story game because it's turn-based, not freaking
he has a
constantly
dash,
having to swap characters like 10 times
here,
just to.
now, Alpha 7 is playing aggressive once again. The focus can be the top. The bottom line. Let's
anyway,
go.
The golden hour out, but then a blazing duet into the backside as well. Now the rest of Alpha 7.
Yeah.
Who had taken very, very low. Is that going to be enough?
Hesu's dead, but so are you.
Chino able to answer it back to Hesu, who is able to reply in kind. Flick finds the kill there as well. 6-1.
Come on, guys. I need you to end in like 10 minutes, bro.
2 for 1 here for Alpha 7. But now they're heading for taking down the turret number 2 here in the bottom lane. They still continue the pressure in the jungler, in the side. But now, Paquito, what are you doing there? Okay, he used the glorious path to survive. But, Private, I think that here, the goal lead is almost a 7K for Alpha 7. It's a complete different game this last one.
Yeah, I feel like some of those prime pickups, some of those prime compositions from 9Z Globen have kind of been used out here. The Marcel pickup, like I said, I wasn't a fan of it before. I just don't like when we don't have a composition that really complements this pickup as well. And unfortunately, using it on this kind of reactive type of a stance,
this game is going.
Isn't benefiting them at all.
Yeah.
You see, they did try to get an offensive golden hour, but it was immediately met by the Phantom Steed, by the glorious pathway laid down. The Alpha 7 immediately charged in to make sure that nobody from 9Z Globen was in a position to really take advantage of that stun.
Yeah, here 9 minutes and 26 seconds.
Well, your team can be inside the golden hour.
One more advantage. Alpha 7 now very confident, playing forwards, playing aggressive, focusing on the macro game, focusing on the turret. Okay.
You have made me cringe one too many times today.
That could be one of the win conditions here when Claude get the items.
One too many times.
So far, I don't see.
I've had enough.
Happening because Alpha 7 has like a very huge advantage, and they don't play like taking risks. You know, they play safe. They play guaranteed here. But the flank. Okay.
Yeah, you see just the high grounds left right now. Bro Crazy takes a heap of damage. Ooh, goes in with the golden hour, catches 2. Is the rest of the
this
team
might actually be a decent one, but no one follows up, bro.
Able to take advantage of it there.
That was it was a decent attempt, but
at the mid and
decent
top
attempt.
Towers as well. 6-1 right now is 9Z Globen. Ooh, Gusta comes in with the blazing duet. Out comes the Phantom Steed. Flick looking to put the damage on, but as 9Z Globin.
They might have been a little too aggressive here.
Mid tower, high ground has been
Oh no, they
taken
get the
down.
turret. They're
The
chilling.
split is out. Chino might be in a little bit of trouble. Uses that flicker onto the back line. Demonic force from
Dead.
Jesus starting to slam
You're also
down.
dead.
Down goes Chino. Out comes a SOD.
Actually, a little too aggressive here. Yeah, they lost 2. They got an inhib though. They got 2 inhibs. I don't know. 2 inhibs for 2 deaths. I think that's worth it.
I was waiting Upati to join the fight when we got the ultimate, but he only joined to clean the minion waves in the top lane when everything was like over. Like, okay, I'm here. No, just to clean the minion wave here. But now seeing the items so far, Claude with almost the Trinity 1, Golden Staff and Demon Hunter, while Moskov has a Corrosion Sight, Golden Staff and Demon Hunter, and Wings of Nature. So the gold lane here for Alpha 7 is still way ahead for Gusta Lagusta. But once again, here comes Alpha 7.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and charge in. That's going to back up the rest of 9Z Globin away from that defense there. And right now, we are just counting down. Unfortunate for the side of 9Z Globin, who seem to be down about 9K gold. They can't contest turtles. They can't get into too many fights unless they're looking to make... Ooh, SOD does just go a little wide for Alpha 7.
Guys, somebody end the game, please.
Scraps left for these minions. 9K gold lead for Alpha 7. 11 seconds for the next Lord.
Yeah, it came into my house, the Spears of Destiny here. I saw passing through here. Okay. But even though 9Z Globin trying to do something, Alpha 7, the advantage is so huge, Private, that even though that Albero Crazy got the golden hour, that we were expecting that 9Z were doing the follow-up to cause damage and trying to take down the players. They decided not to do that. They decided to just escape, to just play safe. You know, it was for once again the golden arrow was for a disengage than doing something for 9Z Globin. But the fact is, another Lord that is heading for Alpha 7 once again. It's more map domination, it's more gold lead for Alpha 7, it's more pressure. I think that this Lord can finish the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it at that too. Now you have Lord
begging.
at mid. I feel like this is the part of the games where I'm kind of like, I understand you don't want to feed, you don't want to give them unnecessary kills, but there comes a certain point with like, are we just going to spend the entire game turtled in our base, or do we try to make a play? Do we try to go out there, try to find somebody, and try to get this W? Now you can see the last high ground tower being mounted down by Alpha 7. Lord goes down. Now Chino goes into the back line, getting chunked down. A big golden arrow does land on the 2 members, but they are
no damage, bro. That's why Kimmy, because her range is so short, it's not worth it.
Now minions are starting to get taken down by Alpha 7. They still need the wave.
Not gonna lie, they can turn us around. They could. They just
of trying to clear those out.
I don't know, bro.
Ones in are going to be the mid lanes. Now we're gonna have the silence. Ooh, they're gonna go ahead and latch on to Upatiz, and they're able to make it.
No, that's GG. That's it.
Goes Luisino, and
do it! Do it! Yeah, that's GG. Albero's dead. Oh, just barely gets out.
Underneath the base.
Blazing duet, cameraman.
Blazing duet as well. A little bit of a close-up there, in case you missed it. Albero Crazy trying to get back to his base. He gets
not her laughing.
As well, Hesu now trying to fight back. There's
man,
2 members left.
They're trying, bro, but no, that's it. That's it. Gusta Lagusta. No, that's it. GG. It was a good fight by 9Z Globin. It was an amazing fight. I'm gonna be completely honest, y'all. Amazing performance. I'm looking forward to what they bring in the playoffs when we get there. Playoffs is gonna be next week. I think tomorrow we finish. Tomorrow we finish the rest of.
And that just set the tone for the rest of the game there. They were able to basically take full control of the map and objectives and just
rest of the Swiss Sage.
Out 9Z.
But that's gonna be it from me for now. It's 8:00. It's 8:10. At 8:30, I will be starting stream again. I'm gonna be ending for now. I'm gonna be starting again for University Legends. Time GMX Showdown. We're doing quarterfinals tonight. We got 2 series tonight, and then 2 series tomorrow. Best of 3s. God damn. Best of 3s. That'll be in the next 20 minutes. But awesome matches. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna drop the link to the video so you guys can watch the rest of it if you want to. There's one more series tonight. It's I believe it's for the 8th seed, which is the worst position you can get.
Yeah, this,
whoever loses goes to the 8th seed, I believe. That's how that goes.
For both teams. And when it comes to Marcel,
but here's that link for you guys.
One that we already seen was
Marcel
watch. Disengage.
That's gonna be it for me from now. Thank you everybody for coming by. Thank you for the follows. Actually, while I have a little bit of time, let me make sure. I just want to make sure I didn't mess no shots.
So Alpha 7 brought these tools for doing that with the Zinshin, with the Hylos here with the Glorious Path. We have Leonard with the Phantom's team to try to initiate this team fight, especially around the objectives or even before the objectives. So Alpha 7 had the keys, had the tools to play aggressive, even more than 9Z Globin.
If they didn't get the tower, then
we saw 9Z Globin in this third game.
Yeah, I'd be mad too.
Different from the others, that they were like playing a back, they were playing safe, they were playing reactive.
We got more Crystal Atlan and played like 20 minutes and never played that shit again because that shit was ass. Blue Protocol got cooked.
Look at some of these
plays don't about it anymore. Right from the get-go, just got boring. It was too easy. That's what Blue Protocol issue was, and I already knew that from the beginning. It was just too easy. Blue Protocol was just too easy. Try to be time. I like the flying that was in it though, but
taken out by Flick, and then eventually they double team onto Chino to finish the job, bringing them to a 3-0
stuck on having the main character be unique.
And then they just worked surgically. They didn't. It wasn't super high, but they got the kills, they got their objectives that they needed immediately. So a great.
No, it's literally just a money thing. Like they know that they can get away with making like a main character that's just like a blank. Somebody else said this in chat too. So that you can live through that character.
When we're at a point where we are about,
but my thing is, if you want to make a game like that, make a regular story game. Do not make me pay fucking $50 for a singular character just to play their story when I could go buy a $50 game. Okay, I'm capping because there's no games that's $50 anymore, but like a $90 game, get a whole game and story and more. Like, bro, that's why I don't like gacha. I'm not paying damn near $50 for a character when I can buy a whole game for $50. Like, no.
So right time in every single moment. This player was everywhere. Our MVP is Flick with Leo.
Anyway,
he did not die at all. The 408 KDA.
Let's try everyone because once it got half my kids over 15, power spikes for sure. That's how it usually goes. Yeah. Okay, again, thank you everybody for coming by. Appreciate you all. You guys want to catch me casting in like the next 15 minutes, stick around the channel. I will also be streaming on YouTube side as well. If you guys didn't know, I was streaming on YouTube already. Like I said, got 2 best of 3s tonight. I will be casting. I'm feeling a little awake. I'm gonna wake myself up a little bit more, get the energy flowing. And you know, we're gonna have ourselves a nice good night. I don't believe they gave me the overlay, so if y'all see matches that's not supposed to be happening, which I don't think anybody gave me that overlay.
With Hylos, with the Glorious Path here to like trying to engage and trying to get this team.
But yeah, thank you again for all the follows, chilling with me, and just sticking around. I'll see you in a bit, and if not, then I'll see y'all tomorrow for some more MCT.
The 80s for 9Z Globant. So everything went well.